Boss, for where
Ah.
now money I dey find, I don't find teaching again. That's
But yeah,
possible.
seriously, I really love talking with Abidemi because he encourages me a lot. And yeah, and Beulah, I got to know Beulah in 2025, I think. So she also got the GKS scholarship. She finished already by the time we met, and she was transitioning back to here to US. So she's actually in Texas right here. So we are both here in Texas, and yeah, I appreciate all of you guys coming here. We're still expecting some other people, as I said. Noel, he got the KDI scholarship in 2024, I think, or 2025. And then there is another Abidemi guy, also in the US. He finished from a school in South Korea as well, his master's degree. And there is also Harmony. Like a lot of people might still join. So they are all in the US, and the time zone.
Also,
You said what?
also we have a 2025 GKS scholar here too, who is
Oh,
joining with me. We are sharing one phone.
oh, you know what? Let me tell you something about Abidemi. To know he has this very extremely wide knowledge about what we're doing here. So his wife, many people don't know this, but his wife is a GKS scholarship recipient in 2025.
Wow.
So she's currently at the language school. So I'm glad that you are there. If you can hear me, I'm so glad that you're able to join us. So if you have to chip in sometime, I know you probably know more than Abidemi himself. So if you need to chip in at any time, please feel free to do that. Okay. So yeah, uh, yeah. Thank you everyone for coming here. So I will quickly. The purpose of this is basically we focus on GKS, but we might divert to every some other scholarships and opportunities as well. So what I want to do is to start from the most important part, which I always mention, I always emphasize. That is the application guideline itself. So I'm just gonna share my screen and share this window. So let me know if you guys can see my screen yet. I think I might be
You
sharing.
can see.
Okay, so do you see the GKS? Do you see the GKS stuff? I mean the GKS guideline or just my Chrome?
Just the interface of, I think, the
Okay.
Google stuff.
I'm gonna share this window then. Okay. I think you guys should see it now.
Yes, yes, yes. Now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You can see it.
Okay. So I will go through this, but before I do that, I went through it and I see there are some major changes between what we had in 2025 and what we have in 2026. So basically, how this is gonna work is I'll go through them, and if you guys, the audience, have any question at any point, just raise up your hand or drop it in the chat, and I can read it out if you guys don't wanna talk about it. I mean, say it verbally. You can type it and I can read it out. But feel free to raise up your hand and ask your questions. And our guests, if you want to talk at any time, just signify and then I'll just give you the space. Or just feel free to interrupt me at any time if you want to answer the question or if you want to chip anything in. I'm kind of not too old, but I got the GKS scholarship back in 2021, so I might be a little outdated in the whole affairs. So if I make any mistake or if you guys want to chip something in that might help our applicants, please do that. So again, I checked the 2025 guidelines and the 2026, and the major updates are that firstly, the amount of applicants have kind of increased. So I think in 2025 we had 1,800 and something. Now the total amount is 2,000 applicants, which will be selected this year for the graduate GKS. And for the embassy track in Nigeria, the quota kind of increased to 7 from 6 in 2025, and the slots for the university track increased to 7 as well from 5. Basically, in 2025, they selected maybe 11 people. I don't know if they sometimes if they don't find enough people in a country, they replace that slot with somebody else from another country. Now, I'm hoping they selected all the 11 from Nigeria last year. And this year, they potentially 14 people will be going to Korea from Nigeria. So that's a good thing. And secondly, one very major upgrade or very major change is the online application for the embassy track. Now, before, the major disadvantage of the embassy track is you drop your application there, we don't know where it goes. We don't even know if they evaluate them. But this time, you're submitting directly to NID. You are submitting directly online, right? So I think when things are digital, they can't show it anywhere. They have to evaluate it. So at least we know it's in their system. And you are not mandated to submit any physical documents until you pass the first round. Then you gotta send your physical document to the embassy or to the Korean Cultural Center something. And thirdly, the application timeline for the embassy track is very narrow. So it starts February 12th, which was 2 days ago, and it will end on February 25th. That's how many days? That's like 14 days. So there's really no time. And after that, there will be some interview stage whereby they invite all the applicants, shortlisted ones, to the embassy for the interview. And finally, there's maybe some little points in the selection criteria, the preferences. For example, the science and engineering. I know GKS has always favored people from STEM courses, so there are some additional points for them. And if you have a topic, I know there's always been a point for that. And IELTS as well. If you have TOEFL or IELTS, I know a lot of us in Nigeria took that test. So if you have a valid one, you get some points. So those are very exciting changes. I think generally the changes this year are kind of positive. I think so, in my opinion. So let's go through the files quickly. We'll scan through. I want to be done with this in the next maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes maximum, so that Beulah can sleep. Okay. So again, we have university track and embassy track. Basically, if you are new to GKS, the difference between these two is that the embassy track, you submit your application through the embassy, and the university track, you submit through the university. And as you can see, there's a 800 total for the embassy track and 1,200 for the university track, and a total of 2,000 people. I'm trying to see if there is no. Okay, good. So yeah, a total of 2,000 people, and there's RGKS, there's general. Basically, general, if I remember correctly, has type A and type B, which we'll be talking about. RGKS is regional GKS. It's mostly only type B.
Hello.
Right?
Can you please zoom this thing to fit the screen? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we have the R&D. Basically, this is research. It's specialization. We have the global network. So as you can see, the R&D and the global network are only under the university track. So we'll go through all of these. Available field of study. You can see all these field of study. Some are in the guidelines here, but there are also university information that details the available fields for each university you might select. So go through those. I have those files in the link I sent to the group as well. And yeah, so Taipei University, basically these are universities in Seoul or very top tier universities in Korea. So they are very competitive, obviously, because people want to, enjoy the city life and go to good universities, good in quotes though, but anyway, that's people want to attend this kind of universities. And then there are type B universities, they are regional, they are probably far away from Seoul, and they are not, in quotes again, not as good as I think that's why they're type B, not as good as the type A. Yeah, so this is a very important part because we'll be talking about it regarding the embassy track or the university track, and then you have to be smart as well. If you think your credentials or your grades might not be competitive, might not put you at the top of the scale, then you might want to go for type B. But if you think you're capable of it, you can go for type A. So that would be beyond discretion. But again, I think our guests might have something to say about that. About if you have that kind of question, you can ask it, and I believe people have more insights on this kind of thing. So yeah, we have the embassy track. You can apply to either type A or type B, but the difference between the embassy and university track again is you can select up to 3 universities, as you can see here, for embassy track, but it must include at least one university from type B. That is, you can select 2 universities from type A and one from type B, or you select 2 universities from B and one from type A, or you select 3 universities from type B. I believe that happens because if you read this guideline, they even mention that sometimes when you select type A, all three, I mean, maybe 2 universities from type A and one university from type B, you might get rejected from all of them if they are all competitive. It happens before, and it happened many times before, and they actually have some metrics to show. So yeah, you have to be careful of that. For the university track, you can only apply to one university. It's only one, and you can select either type A or type B if you are applying to the general category. If you're applying to RGKS, it's only type B, and if you're applying to research, it can be type A or type B. And this is a specialization, R&D. They have all these universities, so and the global network of all these universities. The quota, again, I already mentioned the changes. We have seven. This is for the embassy track. Nigeria is right here. We have seven slots for us this year. And for the university track, it's Nigeria somewhere here. Oh, this is still the embassy track, right? Overseas Korean adoptee. So this has nothing to do with us. Now for university track, we have Nigeria here. We have two under general and five under RGKS. So a total of seven you're applying through the university track. Now, even though the embassy track is online this year, I think the university track customarily it goes like you applying directly to the school, which means you have to submit physical copies to the school instead of submitting to the embassy. So again, that might be a disadvantage, but yeah, that's how it works. And I don't know. I got in through the university track. Um, Sophia, Sophia, Olumide, Beulah. Which track did you guys get in through? Did anybody apply through the embassy track?
I got in through the university track too.
Yeah, I think I remember correctly. And Sophia as well, I think.
Yes, our university track, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Beulah, are you still with us?
Yes, yes. I applied through university track, not
University
embassy.
track, yeah. But I believe up till this year, in my opinion, university track was actually the best way to get in on a free and fair scale. But with the online application, I don't know if that might change some, the dimension of the dynamics. Maybe if there's an online application and you don't have to submit any hard copy until after the first round, then why not really? I would, if I was applying this year, I would definitely apply to the embassy track. And the good thing is, if you're not selected for the embassy track, you can, as long as the university application has not closed, you can quickly apply to it. Now, that's the first round, right? You might get to the second round, and fortunately, it might not work out at the end of the day, but at least you being shortlisted for the first round is something to be. It shows that your application is competitive enough. So if it's online application, I would just go ahead and apply for it anyway. But that's my opinion on that. Then we have the R&D. Basically, this is majorly research. It's research slots. So I sent some LinkedIn posts to the group. You can actually see the department and field of study here. If you go to their official LinkedIn or some of their website, they have all this posted to actually show what kind of candidates they're looking for, what kind of skills, what kind of qualifications they're looking for. Some of them only want PhD students, some of them only want some of them want both PhD and master students. So you can find those kind of information on their official outlet. And then it's open to all countries from around the world. So this might be competitive, but I believe people don't really, they don't concentrate on this kind of stuff. So that might be an advantage too. For example, the post I sent to the group some hours ago has only one like on the post. That means not a lot of people are seeing the post. So that might be an advantage. So we have all these majors, just go through them, go through your department and check out the university. Some of them have insanely high slots, like 20 here. It's a Jeju in a single department. They have 20 slots, so this might be a very good thing. It's almost rare. There's pharmacy here, 20 slots. So you can go for this kind of JG University. This National University has 40 slots. It's amazing, right? So yeah, they have all these. Go through them, and if you think you are, you have the kind of experience and the kind of research capabilities they're looking for, you should definitely check out this kind of slot because a lot of people would not apply to this one, in my opinion. I almost didn't check R&D at all if it was even available when I applied. So anyway, and global network 80 scholars from all around the world. The same thing, they have all these universities and the major. And yeah, basically this is non-STEM, if I'm correct. It's like policy, public policy. I see KDI here. Again, we have Noel Emmanuel here. He's KDI. He's a KDI student at the moment. Yeah. Now the eligibility, nationality, I know we are mostly Nigerians here, so that's not a problem. The level of education, if you're applying for the master's, of course you need a bachelor's degree. If you're applying for doctoral, you need the master's degree. Research is for postdoc and professors. And if you have not graduated yet, but you can get your certificate before July 31st, then that's fine. You are free to apply, but you need to get the original certificate before this date and you have to notarize it, everything. We'll be talking about the notarization as well. Now, grades, I get lots of questions about grades. So in Nigeria, I know we use 5.0 and 4.0, and I think some schools use 7, maybe UI, I'm not sure, but in my own school, we use 5.0. So I want to believe a lot of schools use the same. If your grade is not up to 3.23, you can, get, there are two things you can do. Firstly, even though your grade is not up to 3.23, which is basically 80%, you can see it should be 80% or above. So there's a table at the end of this application guide that shows what percentage your grade falls into. So if you can confirm, if you can validate, or if you can, I can't remember the word, but if you can present to them that you graduated within the top 20% of your class. Or be ranked in the top 20% of your class. Yeah. So if there's a way to certify this or to confirm this to them, then you can still apply even though your grade is not up to this. But you would have to have some kind of official documents from your department that certifies that you did graduate in the top 20% of your class, even though your grade was not up to 3.23. So there are some very tough departments. In OAU, I know we have logic courses and those kind of courses that are very difficult to get more than maybe 3.5 or 3.0, those majors. Now, in that case, in that case, you can get a letter from your department that proves this, and then they potentially admit you. So yeah, and the other thing you can do is to find other opportunities. I'm telling you, a lot of people finish with 2.2, less than 3.0. They got funded offers in the US, I mean, in Korea and several other places. So that shouldn't be, there's nothing you can do about that at this point. So just look forward and try to find some other opportunities. And honestly, it's people get the offers and opportunities every day with low grades. I've seen it happen so many times. So that shouldn't be a discouragement for you.
I am an example. So you have a reference.
So yeah, I mean, I actually don't know your grade because who cares, right? And
3.43 over 5.
You still made the cutoff now.
3.43. I didn't apply for GKS. Actually.
Yeah, I know you did not apply for GKS. Yeah, so
no, but 3.43 is a low grade in Nigeria, anyway. But it's like 82% in the GKS scale.
Yeah, and
so many people just think like scholarship is meant for first class people like you. So, but at least people like us too, we have a way.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I know. You are very correct. A lot of people think, yeah, it's for first class people, but I see lots of people who graduate with 2.1, 2.2 get funded offers every time. And even with third class, I tell people to do some PGD or something or do your masters in Nigeria. And as long as you have your masters, nobody cares about your bachelor's degree, third class anymore. You can get a funded PhD offer. So, Bashiru, I think you should, if you can tell us, so how did you go about it, even with your grade? How did you secure your offer? I think people who have low grades will want to. I mean, your grade is not low, but you did not go for the GKS scholarship, maybe because you thought the grade might not be enough.
No. Actually, from GKS scholarship, I got a professor for the GKS scholarship too. But the professor told me to apply. So, but I was considering the money because I had to legalize. I had to do 2 legalization, but it's because I didn't have experience. I could have just make a colored photocopy of the stuff and send to both universities because it was from 2 universities. But I chose this professor that said I should apply for professor funding and the university scholarship to cover my tuition because of his area of specialization. The man that I got for the GKS was into something GIS, civil engineering, something. But as person who knows Abi book, I just choose concrete man, jelly, make I go stay there.
So how did you get in touch with the professors though?
Okay, so I just started from one university. I had a list from this popular stuff. It's like people get the list from ranking this thing. What's it? You guys in the USA use it a lot like this to get the names of
this. Is it ICU something?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So I got the list of the Korean universities there. So then I started at random. I picked a school. I started with Kyungpook actually because my friend was there. So I was thinking, let me investigate. I messaged all the professors there. Nothing. Then I started to go from one university to the other. Then luckily for me, I found this professor first. Then after that, I found the professor for the GKS scholarship.
Interesting.
So then they said apply. So I don't have money, so I had to cut my this thing. Then I just make one document and I just applied to. So people advised me then applied for 2, but how much I collect for where I work? So I just made one document and sent to Korea because I had to send to Korea too for both of them.
Interesting.
So that's how I let that one go. But the man for the GKS later told me he got an Indian student. So and the Indian student got the scholarship. I saw his name. It was KIT. So
see.
and I got into KNU.
I see.
So I just mailed from 4ICU and I got responses and some did not even reply. So just kept going. I think it took me like 3 months before I stopped mailing.
Interesting. See, yeah, this is what I tell people, right? When it comes to cold emails, there is really no limit to what you can send. You can send to, if you send send 100, maybe you can be lucky one or two can respond, and you can get your opportunities from there. And yeah, for the people who actually got GKS, did you now? This question is for the GKS scholars and the alumnus are among us. Did you guys had to maybe send a message to did you have to send a message to your professors or anybody before you got the GKS scholarship, or did you just apply directly to the school? Because in my own case, I did apply, but I was also in touch with my professor, and I told him I'm applying, and yeah, Beulah, yeah, could you? I see your hands up. Okay, and Olumide. Okay, please, Beulah, you can go. Then Olumide as well.
Okay, thank you, Samuel.
Yeah.
In my own case, I didn't reach out to any professor,
Okay.
but I will encourage people to do that now. In my time, it wasn't as competitive as it is now. So I will encourage people to send an email to the professor before you begin the process. Also, forget about Seoul National University. If you really want to get it, go to lower universities. If you focus on those very competitive schools, probably will not get it. That's the advice I can give.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I think so. This SNU, the Korean National University, what's the third one? Yonsei?
Yonsei.
Yeah, those
Yonsei.
And
are
Sky,
those kind
they
of
call it Sky. So
Sky, right?
Sky.
Right. Those universities are very competitive. Even I did not apply to them. Yeah, Olumide, please go on.
Yeah, in my own case, actually, what I initially applied for when I saw my school's advert, like my department, I saw their advert, like they were looking for students for a particular scholarship. So that was what I applied for through email. So I emailed the research group like that. So my professor just replied that mail, like replied my code email. So he granted an interview. Yeah.
Wow.
For
You sent a
SeoulTech.
mail to all of them in the, like, even students, right? Everybody in the loop or something like that. Or
Not really. I just sent to the group, like to one particular email. So
I see.
I think
Yeah.
the professors there just like handpicked like the applicants and just
I see.
decided which ones. Yeah. So the professor just replied. So he now gave me after the interview, he gave me 3 options whether to apply, to wait for I think September, and then I sent the code mail around February. GKS was already open then as a 2024. It was during the embassy track. So he now gave me options whether to apply, to wait till September to apply for their own school department scholarship, or to apply for GKS, or to apply for the professor was very funny. So apply for, he now gave me the third option, whether to try GKS first. So if I didn't get the GKS, I was going to apply for the department scholarship. So as I took the I took the third option.
Of course.
So that was how, even the embassy track was already closed then, as at 2024. So I applied for the university track.
I see.
Which was
Oh,
the best.
really? Interesting.
Yeah.
See. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, cold emails and if you're lucky that a professor actually responds to you, then there are chances that you've hit some kind of jackpot, right? So if you are lucky that your email goes to a professor that actually needs someone, then it's awesome. Yeah, Sophia.
Okay, yes, sir. For me, the first university I wanted to apply to, I sent an email to the professor, but then the document was not ready to submit.
Okay.
So why missed the deadline.
Yeah.
So I had to apply to my current university and I didn't send any email to the professors. But then in this university, I didn't have any professor. It was after submitting the document, I had to send some emails and they didn't respond actually.
That's all. So how did they? How did you decide which with which professor you'll be working during your? Because you are in STEM, right? It's
Yes, sir.
your course, right? So you're working under a professor at the moment.
Yes, sir.
So how did you? Did they assign you to a professor, or did
They
you?
actually assigned me.
Oh, they did.
Actually assigned me, yeah,
They
because
they
like
did all the work for you. Right, that's another level of grace. So, so that's awesome. Yeah. So as they all said, I would also strongly
Yeah, so
recommend.
so
Yeah.
let me chip in something.
Right.
So I asked at my international office.
Mhm.
So they already said it is not important to mail a professor. Once you apply, they will send your documents to the department. So the
Definitely.
department evaluates students.
Yeah.
Once then they select.
Yeah.
So the assigning of professor can be done later when you get
Later,
in.
right? I
So
see.
they just send the document to the department,
I see.
but they select. But I'm not saying that is the best option. Mailing a professor is still the best
Yeah,
way.
because
But
my
they
professor
accept people
specifically
to
told me.
send.
Yeah, he specifically told me that he was the one who reviewed my application, and at the time, I believe we were already in touch. So if you're already in touch with a particular professor, and then again the majors for my own school, I don't know about other schools, but for my own school, only one professor teaches my major anyway, the pavement engineering. So we have several professors in civil engineering, and is the only expert on pavements. So obviously, he would be the one reviewing anybody that comes to that kind of major, right? So I already knew that, and that's one of the advantage. As Bashir said, they will send your document to the department, and it will be reviewed by the competent people there. So if you're already in touch with the maybe a few competent people who are there, then you have a good chance, I would say, because they are familiar with what you do, and if they have any questions, they have your contact details and everything, since you guys have been communicating. So there's almost nothing to lose when you send an email to the professors. So yeah, thank you for that, guys. I'll quickly go on page 13, but a lot of them are just list of numbers and contact details. So must be under 40 years of age. I think somebody asked this question. Prince Will, I don't know if he's here. He asked this question last year, if I remembered correctly. So you must be under 40 years of age. I don't know if there's any clause that says if you're even if you're 45, let's say, yeah, if you're a professor and under 45 years, you're eligible. But for master's degree and PhD, I think this is the limit. So 1986. Language ability, don't worry about your Korean proficiency for now. I know Sophia was asking how do we survive the language school, and as far as I know, Sophia and Olumide, they both passed their topic. How was your experience though? How was it difficult to attain this level 3? What would you, how would you rate the difficulty levels, guys? Olumide and Sophia
Okay.
especially, and Beulah too. You also speak fluent Korean, don't you? Yeah, Olumide, please go.
Uh, yeah. As for me, yeah, it was. I think it was challenging a bit. Yeah,
Of
it
course.
was challenging. I think the key to it is just to put the right amount of effort. It's very important to put effort,
Yeah.
because as the language is, if someone does not know it, like if someone does not put effort, the person is not going to get the
Definitely.
the the requirement. So
Definitely.
it's just about putting effort in what they are. And the language program is so structured that if you put in the right effort and you are following what they are doing in class, and at least you're trying your best,
Yeah.
when the time for topic comes, you'll be able to at least, you'll be able to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, because what they are teaching you in the language school is just for you to know the language.
Yeah.
But topic
Exactly.
as exam. So
Exactly.
you have to, as you are following in class, also keep your eye on
Yeah, you have to do your self study for topic. That's
topic. Yeah.
totally
So you
true.
have to just balance it like that. So
Yeah, I don't know why though. I don't know why language schools are not more focused on topic because your life literally depends on topic. But
Yeah.
for my own school back then, they did focus on topic a lot, which
Yeah, I think it depends on the school and
yeah,
how their language program is structured. For my school, I think they have a very the language school in SeoulTech here is a very, let me say, big one. So they have lots of students from Myanmar and
yes,
Vietnam just for language. So they
yes,
could not really focus on
on
topic
topic.
just for GKS students. So it was when we got to level 3 and we spoke to our GKS coordinator. So they spoke to the language school. So they've now started organizing some private lessons for us,
I
especially as
see,
GKS.
I
Yeah,
see, I
they do
see.
that.
Oh, that's interesting. So I attended Busan University of Foreign Studies in Busan, and what they did. I mean, it's also a language school, very big. It's a school of foreign studies, right? So what they did was to create a separate classes for GKS students, only GKS students. So we were focused on GKS related stuff, which is basically topic. And I mean, we did the Seoul language, but we use your school or your cities for our normal Korean language studies.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
also do a lot of topic related activities. So, and actually, our school is very popular for having high rate of topic pass because
Oh,
we've been doing for the first maybe 1 month they give you 1 month break or something, and from the second month you start practicing topic, both topic
oh, oh.
one and then two. So I don't know why other schools don't emulate that. It's quite sad, but it is what it is. So basically, as Olumide said, you need to put the effort. There's no two way about it. There's no option. Sophia, do you want to add anything to this?
Oh, okay, sir. Already said everything. It's the same thing with my school as well. They basically teach you just to understand Korea and have your daily life in Korea, but then topic preparation has to be done on your own because nobody talks about it. Even the teachers do not even know that we had to write topic exams to get into graduate school. So
Wow.
because you have many other people from different countries, like a school where people just come and do Korean
Exactly.
courses. So in my case, what actually helped me was because I know how to disturb people. I usually know how to like ask questions and
Okay.
help. So I
Yeah.
disturbed my friend. I told her, come and teach me for topic. I need to pass. So twice that time, one day we went to the library and she taught me. My Nigerian friend, she's married, so she taught me, and that's the only thing I did. And I read on my own, and I wrote the exam, and I passed. So basically, just ask questions.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Don't keep quiet. Don't keep quiet. Yeah, Beulah, did you have any interesting experience during your language school? I think from 2023 they moved the language school to the same university where you are to do your graduate studies. But
Yes.
when I don't know if Beulah was already, yeah, Beulah got in 2022, so she probably did it in another school. I don't know if she's
Yes, I did my language school
yeah,
in Dongso Day.
yeah.
Just like yours, it was dedicated for
I
GKS.
see.
I
Yeah.
think the Vietnamese and the Myanmar people came when I was about to leave. So it was dedicated to GKS students. And so it was very GKS focused.
Right.
And
Right.
even though it was like that, I still failed my topic twice.
Oh,
So yes.
it
And
happens.
I don't know whether it's the same way they do it now, but in my time, the school only provides GKS the money once. Like they only pay for the topic just once. So I had to
Yeah.
use my money to pay for the
Just
two extra times to pass. So
right.
I wrote GK, I wrote topic 3 times. So
I
this is
see.
just to say that it's okay if you don't get it the first time. Just keep trying. Just like every other person has said, put in your best. But it's okay if you don't pass it. You
Yeah.
will still get it, figure it out eventually.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
And don't shy away from. I mean, we learn from failing it as well. Just do it. Do it. Learn from it. Do a lot of practice. Know where you're weak and yeah, you get it. You have a year. You have a year to prepare for it, so you don't. I think Korean language is not and once you get the hang of it, it's actually a very fun language. I can't speak Korean anymore. I forgot everything, but it used to be really fun. So
Exactly.
anyway,
I
yeah.
think it's the same for me. I failed this so many times that I got
Right.
so used to speaking the
Exactly.
language, and
Exactly.
I can't even forget it.
Of the professor scholarship, like in the case of Bashir, is you don't have to. It's not a waste, but you don't have to spend 1 year learning the Korean language. You can just go directly. But Bashir, in the case of people who are probably interested in the professor scholarship, how easy is it to integrate into the environment, to the society, to communicate with your neighbors, your landlord, without the language school experience?
Well, I'm still here. This is
I know.
and okay now. So we had my you don't have to do Korean language for 1 year like the DKS guys, but we took Korean language as a university course.
Yeah.
So I took in first semester and the second semester. It's just 2 hours per week, and it's not something really serious. So then we just write some small exam at the end of this thing, just sheet this one, sheet that one. That one is just a normal university criteria. So you will not really gain a lot from it. But my university organized some extra Korean classes, like from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I attended. And when I got tired, I just stopped going to any Korean classes. Say, okay, no more. So the few ones I learned, I used it in the Shijang and
Yeah, the market
use small
Sijang.
ones.
What else do
Like
you need?
so, at least I can buy something like say how much is this and that, and okay, I'm going to this place and tell you this thing, and I know how to use the maps. But when I want to communicate with my landlord, I just use ChatGPT or Papago or something like that.
Okay, fair enough.
Even that's just it, and
How about your classes?
that's what my
Your
classes are taught in Korean. Some slides can be in English. You just have to read it. And if they give you an assignment, it's in Korean, translate it to English in
Yeah,
ChatGPT, then do the assignment, submit it back in English. Let them deal with it.
Oh, you
So I
submitted
submitted everything
English.
yes, everything I did was submitted in English. They don't mind.
And they don't mind.
Because I don't know Korean now, so they cannot tell me to
Of
submit in
course.
Korean.
Yeah.
So I've been doing everything in English and I've never failed. They give me my A plus every time.
Every time,
Me
right?
will say
Yeah.
I study my GP for Nigeria. So well, I still have my good grade here. So and
Yeah.
I do not think the Korean language is hindering me in any way.
Yeah, yeah. I
Just
know. Yeah. As
so
far as
because I have to do research more, like you have to do
exactly,
research more. So
exactly,
I
exactly.
just focus all my energy on the research part
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
leave the coursework. This is my last semester of coursework, and
Yeah, yeah,
I cannot wait to get it done and just move
exactly,
to.
exactly. As far as Korea is concerned, they don't really put much emphasis on coursework. Beulah can testify it's so different in the US. Coursework is very serious here, but in Korea,
That's why when you told me then, like you are doing this one, you have assignment. I
yeah,
was like,
homeworks. Like,
you know, they do anything for here.
yeah, so it was I would say, I don't know if we call it cultural shock or academic shock, but yeah, when I got here and I saw how serious coursework how serious
Well,
courseworks are.
it's just the system of the country. Like, in
Yeah.
Nigeria, we have a different country. When I got here
Yeah.
and the classes were somehow, I was like, how are they doing their classes like this?
Yeah.
So it was something different.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if I had gone to USA too, like it would take me some time to
Yeah.
adapt and
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
So it's just the educational
I mean,
system.
to be fair, when you compare Nigeria to even though we say coursework is serious here, it's not like we have in Nigeria. Here you still get your A plus. You just have to put more effort than Korea. But yeah,
Nigeria,
Korea, yeah,
Nigeria, you get F.
you go get a fool. But yeah, so in Korea, you are there for your research. You're not. So Korean language itself is not gonna be a problem for you.
Yeah, one thing they do more here is like the attendance. You have to meet 80% of the class. If you are not present 80%, you automatically fail the course.
I see.
So
I see.
even if you don't have good exam, you don't write good exam, this thing, just make sure you attend the class. You will not fail.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So you
And,
you.
and also and also to add to what he just said, also some professors they have some kind of uh some requirements or some criteria. Some professor will say this particular assignment, if you don't submit this particular assignment, you get an F. There's
Oh.
nothing you can do about that. Yeah.
Very interesting. I see. Yeah, so you just need to know the system of where you are at and apply it and just integrate yourself into that system. Yeah. Christian Chinedu asked, please, is there a form I have to send to my lecturer to fill in as recommendation letter, or is it just to send a letter to me? So there is a form, and I will get there. So there's a form, and I will talk about it very soon. So let's go on. Again, as we thank you for your question, right? So you guys are free to drop your questions, and I'll remember as soon as I get to where it is talked about in the guidelines. Basically, this guideline has everything you need. Okay, everything you need. So let's go. Restriction. Yeah, this is not previously received the scholarship. Duplicate submission. Yeah, this is very important. Don't submit duplicate submissions. If you pass the first round, then you can't apply through the university track again. But if you do not pass the first round, you're free to apply to the university track. So the results for the university track and the embassy track will be announced at the same time for the second round. So you don't want to have a duplicate submission for those. Then embassy track must apply to only one program among general, C, and this. University track must apply to only one program, obviously. Then, yeah, one department. So again, if you check all those Excel files for the university information, I have them in the links which I sent to the group. I will resend them again. So if you check the Google Drive, I have all those universities there. And you can actually go to the Korean, the Study in Korea um, official link. You can find all those documents there too, just in case this one stops working for any reason. So I forwarded it again to the group. And then let's see. Okay. So application method, we talked about the embassy track, we talked about the university track. The embassy track you apply online, at least for the first round of the application, and it closes on February 25. So by now you should have all your documents, you should have the notarized documents. And the good news is that if you notarize your document and it's not more than 2 years old, you can reuse it. So I know about at least 2 or 3 people applied last year and they were not able to get the scholarship. You can use the same document so you don't have to go through the whole notarization process all over again. I'm hoping you did have some copies, right? So, and when I say copies, I'm not talking about photocopies of the notarized ones. I'm talking about the true copies. You take photocopies to the ministry and they stamp those copies. Right? So those ones can be used. If I'm wrong, guys, please correct me because it's been a while. So you take photocopies to the ministry, they stamp it, you take it to the Korean embassy, and they also sign or stamp it, and that's the notarized copy which you need to use for your applications. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
but they
please
have
go.
to take. Yeah, but they have to take the originals along to the ministry and the embassy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that makes
They need
sense.
the original to vote.
Okay,
Is they will make photocopy quite alright, but they have to present their originals also.
right. So will they collect the originals for them because they emphasize it like don't submit your original and stuff like that. Do
No,
they?
no, they don't. They won't
Okay,
submit the originals for the
okay,
scholarship or for the application.
okay,
But the only that the ministry and the embassy they just have to see the originals,
okay.
just for
Got
them
it.
to see. And actually, in the ministry, I think they will put some stickers
Mhm, mhm.
at the back of the original certificate. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, guys, please note that. So, somebody asked, as an undergraduate student that still has 2 years to spend in this university in Nigeria, what's your advice to me regarding this offer? So, what do you guys think? It still has 2 years to spend in. the university?
My advice is that you cannot apply now. Start learning the trend, what you have to do, what you need to do. When the time comes, you already know everything. Your speed will be more than those people that will do it because you're already familiar with written one. You should have seen examples. You know you have to legalize your documents. That means you know you have to have gotten your original documents from your university.
Yeah.
Some people might not even know that, so you will have proceeded to doing your Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Korean Embassy. So all those things you will have gathered all this information, gather it, write it down,
Definitely.
start preparing gradually when you are in your final year, so that once your documents are out, you can apply.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Beulah.
And if you have to take your IELTS, you can
Oh
take.
yeah, true. Very
Start
true.
saving money.
This morning matter, Abide. Yeah, Beulah. Please go on.
Thank you very much. Just like Mr. Abidemi said, you have to start preparing your documents, save money. That money part
Yeah.
is very important. But my unpopular opinion is learn Korean language.
Mm.
It may seem like it's difficult, but start to learn the Hangul.
Yeah,
Just
use
start to learn the
Duolingo.
alphabet.
Yeah.
Use Duolingo. Just
Yeah.
do it as in your spare time.
Yeah.
You might think it will not help you, but it increases your chance by
It does.
60%. If by mistake you are in an interview and then you just say that you can speak small Korean, it increases your chance very well. So just try if
You're
you can.
correct. You're correct. I definitely support that. You know what? When I got the scholarship back in 2021, and we had to, it was COVID time, so we were camped in the hotel for 2 weeks. And during that 2 weeks, I was learning the Hangul and everything, and it actually did help. Just the Hangul. By the time we got to school, and a lot of people were still struggling with the letters, I was already familiar with it, and it's like that. You have this kind of head start more than every other person. So yeah, that's a very solid advice. As regards the notarized copy, I still have a colored photocopy of what I once submitted. Can I proceed to use that this year? I asked questions regarding cold emails, and you suggested I use ResearchGate and Google Scholar. I must say that has been very helpful. Yeah, you're welcome. Now, for the notarized copy, the colored photocopy of what you submitted. As far as I know, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but whether colored or stuff, if it's a photocopy of the notarized one, I don't think they will accept it. But if it's a photocopy which was notarized itself, then that works, even if it's not colored. I don't think that would be a problem. So I'll show you what I mean here. Colored, I specifically remember seeing this, what you asking. Wow, why is it this slow though? Okay. Yeah, so I obtained an apostille on my graduation certificate in the past. Can I submit a copy of this document? It will not be accepted. Very plain, right? As this document will be considered a simple photocopy. It does not matter whether it is photocopied in color or black and white. Your document will be accepted only if the government agency that initially issued the apostille issues a certified true copy, or if you obtain the certified true copy of your document from a Korean embassy. So the summary of this is you can't submit a photocopy of a certified copy. It has to be a certified photocopy. You're submitting a copy of the document. Does that answer your question? I'm trying to see where we got to. Okay, so we're here. Utman, does that answer your question? I'm sorry I was not able to hear you completely when you answered my question. Please, can you reply? And your question is, as an undergraduate student. Wow, you. Okay, so the summary, Abidemi and Beulah answered your question as she too. What they said was you need to start preparing. Abidemi mentioned that you need to learn the trends, you need to know what the application process looks like from now, and you need to prepare a lot of money because you'll be sending your documents to Korea, and that's not, and you'll be notarizing your documents and traveling to. If you don't stay in Lagos, you need to go to, or Abuja, you need to go to these places to submit your documents. So, and notarize your documents. So you need some money. So basically, start learning how things work. And personally, I would advise you to maintain a good relationship with your professors because this, especially GKS, is so stressful when it comes to recommendation. They can't just write something and scan it to you. As Christian asked if there is a form, so there is a form, and you can see it in the application documents file. If you are on the group, I sent the Google Drive folder to the group right now. You can check it and you will see all those forms which you need. So this is the form you give to your professor, and they fill it up, they attach their recommendation letters to it, and then they give it back to you, the hard copy. So it's a little stressful, so maintain a good relationship with your professor. And you still have 2 years to spend at the university, so if your grade is a little bit shaky, this is time to pick up and make sure you graduate with a good grade. So I wish you best of luck. Let me know if that answers your question. Please hope it's not too late to take IELTS. No, I mean IELTS. If you do the exam today, the result comes out in 2 weeks or so. So it's never too late.
No, you can write the CBT IELTS 3 days. Your exam, your result
3
is out.
days.
It's better.
See, can you imagine? Wait, CBT. I don't know if did they just start that? Has it been?
I wrote even the CBT in Korea here, safe.
How can you imagine? So yeah, do the IELTS. As I
I
said,
wrote paper in Nigeria, but when I
yeah,
wanted to
exactly.
do IELTS in Korea, I wrote CBT.
Wow.
But it's the same thing in Nigeria too. If you write the CBT, your result will be out in 3 to 5 days.
Why did you need the IELTS in Korea, though, if I ask?
Actually, I wanted to apply for like other countries,
Oh, okay,
like
PhD, right?
the USA and the distant for
Okay, nice.
PhD. And in my university here, because I came with prof funding, if you want to graduate, they will say submit English test. Though you can write a normal English test organized by the university. That one you don't have to pay any money, or you can as well write TOEIC. So that one is cheap. But I was like, okay, I need to apply to other places. Let me just write IELTS. So I just wrote the IELTS.
I see. Okay, yeah. So the summary is it's never too late to take an IELTS, and as I said, there's a CBT. 3 days you get your results. So that's awesome. Utman, I'm very sorry I missed this. I missed the question. I asked a question regarding code email. Sorry, there's somebody trying to join. Yeah, so the chat. You said some professors, for example, their name, yeah, it's Yoon Sangok, and but on research get is Yoon Sanguk. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Professor Yoon, you don't have to mention his full name. The first.
You just open one of his papers. His name will be spelled correctly on the paper. Finish.
Yeah,
Copy the one on the
That's
paper.
true. Yeah, use the paper. Sophia.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. There is this thing in every university. You can just search research.that-university, and then it will show you display all the departments and the research groups and everything. So you see their names there. Click on each of them have their website on that platform. You click on their image, you see their website, you see their real name on the university website. So research.any school. For my school is research.knu. So it will come out on Google. That will help you as well.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. So basically, the summary of what Abidemi and Sophia said is for publications, right, and research related stuff, they use their actual name. So yeah, just use that name, okay? So I hope that answers your question. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Okay, let's go on. And yeah, we've talked about this and topic 3. So again, all GKS scholars should achieve topic 3. It's very rare that you don't get this, and you know what, just a secret, but even some who did not get it, their school told them to come anyway, at least for graduate studies. But hey, maybe this will not always happen, but I don't see a situation where you will not get level 3 before the end of your stuff. And if it happens, usually, maybe not for undergraduates, but for graduate studies, your professor or your school will just tell you to come anyway. But that does not mean you shouldn't get level 3. So yeah, best of luck. And as Beulah said, just start practicing your Korean, use Duolingo, use all these online tools, and it will make a huge difference. Then Korean language. Now, document to submit. This is very important. For master's degree, for doctoral degree, or what else? Online application. Yeah. Oh, sorry, just a moment. Yeah, 5 Right. So I got a chart now. The GKS 2025 recipients. Nigeria is somewhere. Yeah, 6, right?
Yeah,
6.
I just
Number
want
6.
you to see like the statistics, the embassy track and the university track, then the schools, then the areas. People can use it. If you share it
Yeah,
later, maybe
I'm
after the
sending
listing,
it.
we
Yeah,
can
I'll
analyze the
just send it to
statistics.
the. Yeah, this is very helpful. Yeah, so application form, obviously very important. Now, all these, if you check the Google Drive I just shared to the group, you will find all these forms there, and you can also visit the official website to download all of them as well. Application form, personal statement. Um, so the personal statement part, there are samples available in the Google Drive as well. I will add more samples as well from our scholars. I will take out some available samples and add them there so you can see what a winning personal statement and study plan looks like. So, and if you guys have any advice on how to write a good personal and study plan, personal statement and study plan, please just chip in. You're free to do that, please. So yeah, but I will get samples. I know I've received promises of some samples which I can add to the Google Drive so you guys can. And please don't copy, okay? The disadvantage of this is I'm adding it to a public Google Drive, so which means everybody has access to it. And if you should copy it, then you know that will be a disadvantage because you guys will basically be writing the same exact thing, and that is not ideal. So yeah, just use it as some kind of use it as a guide, okay? Um, so there's a question. I'm sorry if I regress a bit. Just for clarification, does the first step involve getting all your documents authorized by the ministry before you commence the online application? Yeah, I would say that because not all your documents. Now it's your certificates, your transcript. Is there any other documents that need to be uh, notarized, guys? Apart from the certificate and transcript, do they need to notarize?
Date of birth certificate.
Okay, date of certificate of birth. Okay, yeah. Okay, so those apart from those documents, I don't see any of them. So you have to do it before you submit your documents. Yeah, that is correct. And then can you send the slide you're using for this presentation? So it's not a slide, it's a PDF. And Shitu, if you're on the group, I will send the link of the group as well, so that if you're not on the group, you can join. And then I will resend the PDF there. So yeah, I resent the PDF there. I believe you're on the group, but if there's anyone who is not on the group, just gonna copy the link right now and send it to the chat here. Okay, so yeah, I sent it there. So let's go on. So we have the letter of recommendation. So they changed this to 1. It used to be 2, but even though they changed it to be 1, they said you are free to submit 2, if I remember correctly. So, and make sure it counts, right? Just 1, make sure it's from a professor. I know Korea respects professors a lot. So it is mentioned in this document that it should be from a professor or the departmental head or something like that. So make sure it counts very well. Korean language program exemption. That's if you have a topic, I think topic 5 and 6, or what? If only applicable for current. Okay, so for then maybe this is not. Oh, it's optional. Yeah. So you don't worry about this. Then applicant agreement. All these are formalities. Medical assessment, just to confirm that you are of good health, and consent to collect use personal information. You just tick yes for all of those. Now you need these documents as well. We got lots of questions on this last year. Applicant's parents' proof of citizenship. Basically, this is your, I think, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but if your date of birth, certificate of birth has your parents' name, does that suffice, or is that enough to show that your parents are citizens of your country?
You have to add the NIN of your parents, the birth certificate and their NINs. So from there they can see the names. The names of your parents must match.
Okay.
So, and in the case whereby your parent does not have NIN, you can use affidavits from court.
Okay.
But you have to you have to legalize the affidavit that the Ministry of Foreign Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Korean Embassy.
Okay.
So and you can also legalize the what's it called,
NIN.
the NIN too.
Okay.
Yeah. So in our case, we legalized the NIN, and so the birth certificate too was legalized. So the names of your parents must match on both.
Okay.
So there must not
what
be a
if
disagreement.
you have a passport? Maybe their passport too might work. Their passport page.
Yeah, their passport can work too, and NIN can work. It's just, but not their work company workplace ID card or something like that.
I see.
Maybe your dad is working with Shell. You now go and bring his Shell ID card. They will not accept that.
Okay.
You can also use driver's license. It's a
So any national ID card, I guess.
yes.
Nationally recognized ID. My father is late. Yeah. So your
This death certificate is fine. Death certificate, legalize it.
Okay. Yeah, I think they mentioned that in the guideline as well, right? The death certificate. So if your parents, if any of your parents is late, then you can use the death certificate and submit that instead. So yeah, thank you, Bashir. Then yeah, so your master's degree certificate if you're applying for the graduate, for the doctoral program. Then citizenship, I think you don't need all these. So if you have your TOPIK and your IELTS award certificate, load everything there, okay? Your awards and other certificates. So they gave you an opportunity to add all these documents you have. As Noel said it last time that he included his Red Cross certificate itself, everything he had included it here. So there's no limit to what you can. I mean, don't put irrelevant. I don't know what we would say is irrelevant, but I mean, intuitively, you know what is very useless to your application. Maybe you got some best behavior certificate from the church, or I don't think they would care about that. So anyway, put your awards and certificates here, your passport, obviously. And university track, they are basically, I believe, the same. Embassy track, agreement form, personal statement, yeah. Documents to complete and required certificates, documents uploaded to the, yeah, so again for the embassy track, you upload it to the Southern Korea system, and you fill out the form. Now they said the recommendation letter must be, so even though you are uploading the documents, please make sure they are notarized and they are well filled. Like the recommendation letter, you're not just collecting some PDF from your recommender, right? You are collecting the full filled and pen signed recommendation letter. So then you scan it and you upload it. So yeah, take note of that. So you can see applicants upload scanned files on the system. Yeah.
And in case, I think some of the people might have problem with merging files. Some people might be like, okay, this place you have to upload one, you have two documents to upload. Maybe you can give them a website to like merge files, convert to PDF, convert to it's to be very helpful.
Yeah, so there is let's say merge. Somebody actually asked this before, merge PDF. So I'm gonna just send a link to the group so that you can use so much. Yeah, somebody said Cam Scanner. I use Adobe Scan. I think it's free now. I don't know. Cam Scanner should work as well. So
you can use ilovepdf.com
for scanning.
No, for scanning, no.
Yeah, so Cam Scanner. There's a lot of I use the first one. But
if you want to merge, you want to split, you want to do anything on the PDF, you want to convert PDF to Word, to Excel, to this thing, you can use ilovepdf.com.
Yeah.
And if you have the picture you want to convert it, you can use I love img.com.
I see. See, so all these things are available for free online, right? So you can use them. And when you submit your document, especially the hard copies, you have to arrange them in the order which they apply, which they appear here. You make sure they are in order and maybe label them and stuff like that to make sure it's easy to review. So yeah, all forms must be filled in English or Korean with applicant's original handwritten signature. Okay, so you don't want to sign with you don't want to sign with what do we call it? This scanned signature, or maybe scan a copy of your signature and put it on the. Or you don't want to do that. You want to print all the documents, sign them, and then scan them. I mean, and then ship them or scan them as the case may apply. So all documents printed from the system must be submitted with signatures. Yeah, definitely that's important. Original letter of recommendation must be submitted, as we said already. And for these documents, for this application, application forms and personal statements and recommendation letter, you do not need to apostille them. You don't need to notarize them. But when we get to the certificates, you know, the bachelor certificates and the transcripts, of course, you have to notarize those, as we already said. For the university track, it's basically the same thing. You have to submit your personal statement, and the submission requirement varies by university from university to university. So some university require even more documents to submit, which is rare because I think there's a lot of documents already here. But you have to get in touch with your university, check their website, see what they actually require. And the end of these application guidelines, there are emails and contact phone numbers for the university. So send them emails and they will respond to any questions you might have. So again, submission requirements, they may accept electronic files, they may accept documents for, yeah, so for the first round of selection, some schools will allow you to send your documents first. I don't know if they still do that, but my school did it back then. I did not have to notarize my documents immediately, I mean, just before submission. Later, when you are accepted and stuff like that, they will tell you to send the original document. So that's what happened during my time. So you can get in touch with the universities and find out what their whole process looks like. Number of documents to submit is set by university to university, and yeah, all these are required. We already talked about them. And all documents must meet the requirements. Of course, we said it. Documents to complete, these are all repetitions, one set of original documents. Yeah. This is an exception. Our Nigeria does not belong to this convention, so make sure you take it to the ministry and to the embassy. And guys, remind me, there was some, you have to send an email to your school to send an email to the embassy. Could you guys just briefly go through the notarization process? I think that's, even for me, that's the most confusing part because it keeps changing every year. I know Bashir's wife got the GKS scholarship last year, so you probably have the most recent idea, and you know people who have actually done it this year from what you told me. So could you quickly walk us through that?
So the way it's done is you make your copy, like you have your original certificate, your transcript, your certificate, your birth certificate, your originals, and you make a copy of all of them. Then you go to the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So if you are not staying in Abuja and you cannot go there, you can give it to an agent who can do everything for you there. So basically what they do is they take the educational documents to the Ministry of Education, then they take it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs again and they sign it and you have to pay. So for the birth certificate and any other certificate that is not an educational document will only be done at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So after they are done with the signings from those places, then they send the document to you. Then you take both the original and the photocopy that was signed, that was done at the Abuja to the Korean embassy. So there you submit it to them, so they see the original, they see that there's a sticker there, there are signed signatures, the signature tallies, the date tallies, there's a remitter receipt that you did the Abuja stuff, because if you don't have a remitter receipt, they will not accept it. If the date on the original and the photocopy are different, they will not accept it. They are very, very, very detailed at the embassy level. So for the Abuja, the Ministry of Education, what they did before, like, because to cut down the fake documents, so they will tell your university to send an email to the Ministry of Education that says this person graduated from our university and blah blah blah. So it must be a university email from the university. So from your university, so from there they have to certify that you are a graduate of their school. So from there they will attend to your documents. After that they attend, but I think they have relaxed that law now. So if you just send, so if you send it to the agents, they can do the stuff. But around last year they were doing it like, if your university does not send the email, they will not do it.
I see.
So they will not do it. So but now I think they relaxed already.
Okay, perfect. That's really good news. That's Olumide.
Yeah, actually, I got some information from someone that has like that's working around that Ministry of Education. It's not like if relaxed, because the person still told me that they still have to do the verification.
Okay.
Actually, they still have to do it, and also he said that for the Ministry of Education for this year they've started doing online registration.
Okay.
Like they have their website where you upload your documents, but you still have to like show yourself to collect the document. But first of all, like they've broken the stages to like 2 stages. You have to first upload online, then you proceed to collect the physical copy. So I'm not very clear about it, but
okay. So in the case whereby we need to maybe
if you use an agent, the agent does everything, so you don't have to worry about the uploading. They take the documents, you pay them, they do all the stuff for you, and they send you the complete. Because to be a waste of time for you to go to Abuja, you waste your time, you waste extra money. So it's better to just give it to somebody trusted there, a trusted agent. They do everything. They send it back to you. Then you go to the embassy by yourself, and the embassy charges now is 6,000 per document. 6,000. So before it used to be, during my time it was 1,008, but now it's now 6,000 per document. And the Abuja one too is now more expensive. So that is why I used to say you need money.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I have 2 questions, right? One for Olumide. Firstly, if in the case whereby somebody goes and they still request for the contacting the university, do you know the process? Do you contact your registrar or a lecturer, or what kind of people do you think they would see as official? You get what I mean?
Yes. It depends on the school. It depends on the school, because different schools they have. But I would say you should contact the unit in your university that is responsible for issuing transcripts.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. For my own school, University of Ilorin, I contacted the academic support unit.
Okay.
Yeah, they are the ones responsible for issuing transcripts, or if you want any documents.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So you
He's right. So you contact them. In my school, we call them exams and record. So you just go there. They issue the letter for you.
Okay, nice, very good. Sophia, you want to add something to that?
Yes, sir. I would say that you can also contact, depending on your school, like my school exams and record, after sending them some messages, it took them about 2 weeks. They didn't respond. I had to contact the registrar myself. Like I called him on the phone and said, sir, please, I need you to respond to my message. Like he has not gotten any message. So he had to call them, and they did it immediately that day. So if you have the boldness to call your registrar, call him.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. Because even me, I had to, for my school, I had to like contact someone that works around that office to help me like to facilitate the process, because they didn't even reply my email.
That's
until
Nigeria.
I
See,
I'm not
see,
surprised.
in Nigeria, we don't attend to emails and all those things.
Yeah.
So the best way to do it is to go to the exams and record by yourself. Send
yes.
someone there, or you know somebody working there. If you send email, bros, 1 year is still
Long
there.
thing. Okay, thank you guys. I have
I'll
a
mute up.
question for yeah. Oh, Olumide, you were saying something.
No, I was just
Okay,
adding
okay.
to what.
But it's been a long time, so I don't even have a number. But if you have a contact, or if there's anywhere you can request for an agent contact, a reliable one, if you could please share it to the group, I'm sure people can, use
I
that
think I have like 3 contacts, so I can share to them, but you use them at your own
at your own risk.
this.
Yeah, at your
Yes,
own
because
risk.
okay, my wife used one, and my friend used one, and one guy has still submitted because some of them delay some time. Like you just send them this thing and they might not reply.
Yeah.
Maybe if they are experiencing some delay at their side, they will not even respond to your message, and sometimes it's just annoying. Like you'll just be like, I gave you money, I gave you everything. Even
Yeah,
you should
yeah.
let me know what is, and they lie sometimes
They
too.
lie, they lie.
So, but
That's
you
Nigerians.
get your documents back. So I'll share the 3 contacts, and
Okay.
the person that did in the embassy, that did at the what's it called, Abuja, who is a BSc student that's applying for GKS and did all his documents. I think the guy took 70K from him.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that's good
note
money.
that if your transcript is like now for the case of my own school, for each section we have 1 page. We have 1 page, like first semester, second semester, 1 page. And in some schools, like maybe Uni Learning, all their transcripts is 1 page from 100 level to 500 level. So for my school now, I have like maybe 10 pages
10
for
pages.
engineering students. So that kind of transcript will cost more at the Abuja because they charge page by page in that place. So, but at the embassy level, they charge per document 6,000 per document. So the guy spent 80,000, around 80 to 75,000. But his what's it called? His transcript was like a 3 page transcript. So if your transcript is more than that, you
Yeah.
spend more money.
More.
And sometimes they will say, okay, please send the money for transportation to go and send it for you to Abuja. So all those for to Lagos or to anywhere you are. So all those ones they want to take money for those things too. But on the other hand, it is still cheaper than you going to Abuja because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
traveling to Abuja, you spend your time,
Yeah.
you spend transportation, and you have to stay in a place, you have to eat, you have to go there. So those things is still cheaper using
That's
them
true.
if you find the one that is trustworthy and can do it fast. So using them is still better than at the embassy level. You just count your documents. If you are submitting your transcript, your certificate, your birth certificate, your days. If you are submitting like 4 documents, that is six times 4. That is 24,000. So even it's like your birth certificate now is a 1 page, is 6,000. Your transcript, if it is 5 pages or 10 pages, it is 6,000. So you don't say per page, you say per document.
Okay.
So that is just the price.
Okay, that makes sense. To me as well, I think it's a fair price compared to going to, especially I used to stay in Oshogo, so going to Abuja was a no-no. So I also used an agent, and as at then it was 40,000 naira I paid, and everything went well. So yeah, if you need that, you will send the contacts of the agents to the group and use it at your own risk. Communicate with them, chat them up, or else call them and speak to them before you send the money to them. So yeah, thank you, Bashir. So let's go on. Letter of recommendation must be signed and sealed by one recommender. Yeah, so again, signed and sealed by one recommender who can evaluate the applicant's academic abilities, right? This I'm emphasizing this because you might have been working for maybe 3 years and you probably are not in touch with your professors anymore. You just have to go back and mend that relationship maybe because they emphasize the academic, not professional abilities. Then well attached along. have it completed and signed by the recommender. Now, this is what you're saying. Somebody asked the question. I think it was Christian or something. Yeah, so they said if you're applying to the embassy track, you must obtain a recommendation letter form using Form 5 downloaded from the system, from the application form file attached along with the application guidelines. You have to have it completed and scanned to the system. So yeah, so they said examples of recommenders include the supervising professor, departmental head, or specialist in the applicant's fields of study. So I guess, I mean, if they say specialist, maybe somebody in your department, a lecturer is a specialist in your field of study can. I mean, it's a professor. I think in out of Nigeria, anybody who teaches is kind of a professor. So anyway, however, applicants recommended by this is not our concern. Successful must make the submission, of course. Okay. If the university requires additional documents, you must submit it to the university. So that's important. And what else? Now they talked about the proof of citizenship here and family relationship. So as we already said, your birth certificate is very cheap to acquire in Nigeria. So submit this, notarize it, submit it, and yeah. Now if divorced or deceased, as somebody asked the last time, please provide additional documents, example, divorce certificate or the death certificate that explains the reason for not submitting their proof of citizenship. So this is your answer here. What else? So if your parents' citizenship is not indicated in the above document, then submit valid passport. Okay. And they said do not need to be apostilled or consular confirmed as supplementary documents. So submit these other ones that were notarized and supplement it with valid passport, just in case their citizenship information is not included in those documents. Excuse me, somebody is trying to join. Noel is awake. Hi, Noel. How you doing now?
Hi, Sammy. I'm so sorry. I was on the road.
No, I understand. So everybody, this is Noel. I already talked a lot about you. So I believe everybody knows you by now. So Noel, you got to Korea in 2025, right? Or 2020? Yeah, early 2025. So he got the KDI scholarship. His story is one of the most amazing stories you can hear. So if you need information about how to secure KDI scholarship, is the man you can always run to. So yeah, I will also ask lots of questions from him as we go. So Noel, the way we are doing it is I'm just going through those documents and guys are asking questions. If I also have questions, and if you want to chip in at any time, feel free to chip in. Okay. So yeah. You said what?
All right, so I'm back here.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm in a bus.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, what we're currently doing is we're just going through the application guidelines, and if you have any comments at any time, just feel free to notify me, and I will give you the mic to talk. And people are also asking questions as we go on, and if you have an answer to any of their questions, you can feel free to answer them. I might call you at some time too if I feel like your expertise is is the best we can get. So feel free at any time to just contribute. Okay.
All right, thank you so much. It's fine that way. I think the other guys, if Sophia is here,
yeah,
that's amazing. Olumide, now them they chop government money.
Yeah,
so
yeah. And I heard they actually increased you guys' salary, didn't they, for GKS? Did they increase it? Back in my time, it was 1 million.
Those guys are balling. Don't allow them tell you anything. But if you're looking for a scholarship to go for,
I think they increased it to during my set. Someone told me that they increased it around 2023, right? Yeah.
I see.
But
You guys
the increment now. We have to pay for our insurance. There's no. We have to pay for.
It's not actually an increase because they have to pay for topic themselves. There's no
Yeah.
like you are paying, government is paying topic for you. You have to pay your insurance yourselves. So
Yeah.
it's just like Erasmus did. Erasmus to just say, okay, we'll not give you 1,000 something, we'll give you 1,004. If you want to move from one country to the other, you have to book your flight yourself. So they
Okay.
just give them their money. Your decision is in your hand. Spend it as you like.
Yes.
So it's not an increase.
That's
So
strange.
Dr. Abidemi is also here.
Oh,
I
it's
don't get anything to talk
nah,
already now.
nah,
Hello.
All right, guys, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've talked about this. Transcripts, we've talked about this. Your CGPA, we've talked about this. And again, your transcript should actually carry your CGPA. So it has to. And they said transcript indicated with a GPA for entire curriculum will be accepted if it does not carry a GPA per semester. So even if you have your cumulative CGPA at the end of your whole stuff, that's fine. In such case, please put CGPA only and leave the GPA section empty in the application form. So basically how the application form is structured is that you can enter the GPA for each semester. So if your transcript does not carry the GPA for each semester, just leave those blank and enter your cumulative GPA. So yeah, so they have all
My,
these.
my, advice, my advice is that if you are filling the form, if you don't understand how to fill a part, please screenshot it, ask on the group.
Yeah.
Because the GPA too, there is people that use over 10 in some countries, so you have to fill your GPA if you use over 5 over 7. So if you basically do not know how to, and if you have one more semester this thing, you can add a column to the this thing to fill in the this thing. So when you are filling the document, if you don't understand any place, screenshot it, send it to the group. Somebody will give you the best way to
Yeah.
go forward.
Yeah, feel free to do this. And even when you write your essays or anything, feel free to send to us. Maybe not in the group so that nobody plagiarizes your work, but feel free to
Send to Dr. Samuel.
No,
He
no,
will, he will review it, or send it to somebody that will
send
review
it
it
to
and get
you.
back to you.
Send it to you. This man
No, you are the
publishes
guy of the
paper
group
like
now.
he
I am,
writes
I
he writes
am
lots of academic papers and also his experience. But yeah,
academic if I don't be SOP about them different.
I mean you know how to satisfy the reviewers
Hey,
wants, right? So that's
I bet, no angry.
so anyway, on a serious note, though, send to me, send to Bashiru, send to I'm sure Olumide and Sophia wouldn't mind.
Send to Noel.
Yeah, send to Noel or send to Noel. Really, Noel, again, he has one of the most amazing stories, and the way he was able to convince. We were talking about grades the other time, so and Bashiru
Because
was
even me,
saying,
I never hear KDI scholarship until he's the
yeah,
first person. So
exactly.
person
So yeah,
there, I go chukai for one place. So he sabi a lot.
so
Hold
yeah.
them, everybody, hold him.
Yeah, hold him tight. He has this experience, he has the proficiency and all this expertise. So yeah, send your stuff to the scholars in the group, and anybody will be available and happy to.
I will be willing to review some if you send it, but I bet no send them 1 week to when you want submit or
Yeah,
3 days
exactly.
to
Be
when you want
considerate.
submit. It's important that you send it on time. We do the first, get your insights, maybe have a phone conversation. And imagine Olumide having an exam and you sending him your SOP. It doesn't really align well.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand? Yeah, I want to say something just
Yeah,
before.
please
I
go
think it just crossed my mind now, and I'm sure you guys have actually talked about a lot of things before me coming on this call. And apologies that I joined in
That's
very
fine.
late. I miss road. I miss train. Don't worry, you understand when you come. For the guys that are not here, the
It
network carry me to
happens.
go where I don't know. So I had to come back and all those that.
Okay,
So
I see.
I just want to make 3 points. The first point is keep your options open.
Yeah,
You understand? As much as possible, you studied mortuary science or biotechnology. It doesn't matter. There is AI contribution to every aspect of the course you're doing. There's a STEM oriented aspect. There's also a policy oriented aspect. There's a management aspect of the course. So don't shortchange yourself to the extent that you just want to do it the way you did it. Because these guys are more exposed than we are. They are more technologically advanced.
Definitely.
They're more
That's
technologically advanced than we are, and it makes more sense when they give you their options because it's not like you skipping a lot of scrum process. And secondly, there is this news about yeah, pathway for people
no.
by STEM.
You're breaking
So
up a
even
bit.
if you do
I can
even
barely
if
hear
you
you.
do accounting, yeah, even if you do accounting, there's this STEM pathway. You can even go and do computer science, do accounting algorithm, other math, investigative accounting, something that brings you a little bit to the STEM line that maybe if you have proficiency in Python, SPSS, C++, and all of that. And
Yeah.
lastly, as much as you want to get the GKS, there are more than 20 other options you can use, depending on how you want to narrow down your field. Out of those 20 options, about 10 of them are professor scholarship. One good thing about professor scholarship is that if you come here and you find out that it's not what you want to do, you're still
No,
here, but you can now
no.
apply
Excuse me. No, I
more
can barely hear
elaborated
you.
and open
It
scholarships.
seems you're
So
cutting off. No, can you hear me?
I
Your
can hear you.
your audio is a little bit kind of it's breaking at some point.
All right, so I'll just make my contributions later when I highlight. I just didn't
Oh,
want
you're
to,
still on it.
miss the
Oh, okay.
content.
I mean, I
Yeah, you
can
can
still
go ahead.
understand what you're saying, but maybe
Yeah.
other people might not. I'm on loudspeaker here, but yeah, if you can continue, bro, it's fine.
Can you just continue? I'll continue in
Okay,
10 minutes.
okay, perfect, perfect.
Oh, thank
All right,
you.
so yeah, as I said, yeah, those are very important points, and again, I want to add something to that. Don't limit yourself to GKS. There are so many opportunities. Also, as I said, the professor scholarship, we've talked about that. Yeah, it's very important as well. And even if you're applying to GKS, these professors will be the ones to review your documents, right? Check what they're currently doing. All these are Java, all these are Python skills which you mentioned. Put them there if you see that it aligns with what they're currently doing because it seems everybody is using AI and machine learning these days. Put them that you have those proficiency and yeah, when they review your documents, they see you are the ones they're looking for. Okay, so I'll continue and Noah will finish his advice later. So letter of recommendation, we talked about that. Korean citizenship, other material, submit material such as award that can prove their activities described in the personal statement and study plan, right? So submitting photocopy documents. So you don't have to notarize these ones. Okay. So these are just the selection procedure, the first round, second round. You can go through this later. And again, we've talked about the online application, results announcement. So by March 16th, and if by this point, if unfortunately your name is not there, you can still quickly apply to a university track school. So some schools, most schools will be closed by, or many schools might be closed at this point, but there will still be some open ones that close around end of March or something. So you can quickly apply to
Yeah,
them.
my school, Kangwon National University, closes March 26th.
Yes,
So
that's
if
perfect.
if you have anything, some schools close in early April too.
Yeah,
So you
exactly.
just have to check.
Yeah. So if a university has not closed, you can quickly apply there, and your name might come out here and go to the second round. So yeah, yeah, all these are just the application rounds. You can go through them carefully later. I'm just gonna go through. So again, the application for the online embassy track closes at February 25th, and you must include the official name. Of course, there will be a space for you to enter all this information. Your names must match, obviously, and must check the completeness and authenticity of all information you're submitting. Everything must be on A4. Select up to 3. We already talked about this for embassy and 1 for university track. And for the embassy, even though you're selecting 3, there must be one, at least one type B university there. Now, this is very important. I mean, it's not important but interesting. I'm trying to admit somebody here. Okay. So look at this one. Please be reminded that if applicants select all three universities among highly competitive universities, even if they pass the second round of selection, some can fail from all three universities in their final round. So it will be so illogical to select three universities and make them all competitive. I mean, it makes no sense. So if you do that, so I believe these are the numbers of people this happened to in 2020, 21, 22, 23. In 24, it's 6 candidates were dropped at the second round of selection, which is kind of a pity, but it happens. So make sure you are strategic uh, in your stuff, in your selection. So university track, one university. Conductor. So yeah, the main points of evaluation, they check your grades, your level of education, your citizenship. They check your competency, so they might invite you for interviews. I already sent. If you check the Google Drive, there is a document that shows some of the questions they've asked in the past during the interview. Then vacancy, if again I already said it, another country might fill in the gap if they don't find sufficient candidates from a specific country. And authenticity check, yeah, they might require some facts within the application material, and if you submit fake documents, if they find out certain points of the application, you'll be dropped. So be careful
You'll
about
be
that.
dropped and can be even banned for maybe 2 years because
Yeah,
even this last topic they wrote, the 104 topic,
right.
they saw some people cheating and they published their name.
Wow. Wow.
They nullified their exam, they banned them for 2 years. Just malpractice. You can't submit fake documents.
And if
You're
you
on
are
your
banned
own.
for
Oh.
2 years from doing topic as a GKS scholar, and you have to
You know,
pass
people
then just go,
just be going
just
home.
go home. Yeah. So yeah, you have to be. They know the question from Korea. Also be careful. Then applicants who are the topic three will be given additional points. Yeah. So if you already have a topic three, this is very good for you. You have 10% of the allocated points for free. So the descendants of Korean War veterans, I doubt we have somebody like that here. And if you are STEM, right, science and engineering, you have 5% point. So that's a good thing for people in science. And if you have topic or I mean, if you have TOEFL or IELTS, you have some points as well. Of the total score, I don't know. The total score is based on the language proficiency. Okay, yeah. So the total score associated with this language uh, points, right? So if you have topic three, they give you 80% of the total score, I guess. And if multiple score reports are submitted, only the highest will be recognized. So even though you did IELTS, now you can get the results in 3 days and you did maybe five. If you submitted all five, they pick just one, the highest one. So you might as well just submit one. Evaluation preference, yeah. So again, if you apply to, if you are from low income families, so this is also a preference. So I guess in your personal statement, there might be a way to, you don't have to tell a top story, but there might be a way to chip something in to make them see that you're from a low income family. And if you're applying to a Type B university, you are given preference. So again, it's not as competitive as Type A universities. Professors, high score of English proficiency. Yeah, so if you have 8.0, 9.0 in IELTS, that's good for you. And what else? Postdoctoral research. So these are all dates, final announcement. I wish you guys lots of success in this part. And so
Can you
expect.
please, if you are done, share the that picture I
Okay, yeah,
sent
the
you?
picture.
So
Just a bit.
So I would like to say, like in Korea now, those type A universities, the city or let me say the state where those universities are, they
Okay.
have a lot of they have high population. So now what they are doing is they are trying to fill the cities with low populations. Like where I am now. So for that city for Samchok C now we are just 60,000.
Oh, I
So
see.
now they give priority to people in. It's not like it's a village. It's not a village. If I show you outside, you would see. You have been to Samchok, right? So you see Samchok.
Okay,
But because that the population there is low and there's a university. So here you can see the ratio of the embassy track to the university track. If you see from the graph, you'd see that more DC are given to the university track, even more than the embassy. So that is one of that is one of the things. And you can see the universities that got a lot of sports, that got a lot of students. So you can see from there. You can analyze the graph at your own discretion, see how all of them varies, and see how to shoot your shot. You see the universities.
Exactly.
You see the universities. From here, you can pick university. Like I am in Kangwon National University. So they got 29 students. 5 was embassy track and 24 was from university track. You see,
this one.
They have yes. They have a lot of university track more than the embassy track. So if I am the one I want to apply, I will apply to university track.
This is so helpful. This is so good. This is so helpful. So
you can see from Dongha University 39 for all the people, 30 for university track, and so from there you can just analyze and see other things.
Jeju University, I see that was the one I pointed out the last time. They have 40 R&D scholarships under GKS. So I guess all those are probably coming from the university track. So 40. If we see the next chart, so probably they're not gonna select anybody from the embassy track this year. So which means
I've been trying to look for a Nigerian there because I've not seen. There's one guy who is probably coming to Jeju National University. He's the first person I'm seeing now. He said, please look for it. I put it on the group. Nobody messaged me. So maybe he's going to be the only one like me. When I got here, I was the only one for 2 years.
Oh, yeah, for the conference, right?
Yes. I was the only one until I met you at conference. I was the only one in Samchok. So now we are just 2 Nigerians.
I can imagine. So this is this chart. It's on the group. Please study it very well. It will be very helpful. Like for example, Korea University. Almost everybody is from embassy track. So you
would want to, if you want to go to that place, you would want to choose embassy track.
Exactly.
If you choose university track, you're on your own.
Exactly. So thank you so much for this chart. This is so helpful. So it's on the group. You guys, you are engineers and scientists and all, and business experts. So analyze the chart and make your decisions wisely. So let me go on with the. Okay. All right. So I think somebody is trying to join. So I'm just gonna. Okay.
Hello, Samuel, can I say something?
Yeah, please.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah. I think it's much better.
All right. So one more thing I need people to do, like what Dr. Abidemi said, is that you can just go on Google and search for new schools in Korea. There are new institutions that they just founded. One of them is the Institute of Energy and Research. It's I've forgotten the full name, but they have a lot of new schools that are just accredited. I started within 2020, 2021, 2022. So their quota system for international recruitment is higher. So if you go to that school, if you don't even meet up with the whole university track thing, you can also email a professor and say, this is what you do admitted, and this is the national recruitment process that you're interested in studying in this school and you don't know if she's willing to take you in. It still boils down to when one door closes, you try out the second option. It's important that you forget about these popular schools, like all these ones Olumide them do. The wizard now, why, this time around, a lot of people are applying for, some of this stuff. So go to the other schools. It doesn't make your qualification less, but it gives you more fighting chance to get something better. Like what Dr. Abidemi said in his population in Seoul is a new city that they are trying to move the capital from Seoul to. So a lot of investment are going in, and of course R&D and education is one of them. I think that's why they have a lot of scholarships and the likes in that place. So I'm just going to stop here on this matter.
Yeah.
It's important that you do the research yourself
Yeah.
and go to the B category B schools more.
Yeah.
If I should advise you, leave embassy track for government. Just leave it for government, because even if you're qualified, most of those people that work in those ministries, they are the ones who shortlist, who take that in. I'm not scared of them. I will say the way it is. So they don't look at competence, in that aspect. So take the university track where people evaluate your document based on merit.
Hmm.
You understand? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, those are very solid advice. Something you're raising up your hand.
The one thing I would like to say is that last year the slot for the GKS was I think 6 for embassy track and 6 for university track. So university track was 1 for general and 5 for GKS. But in the end, they selected more than 12.
I see.
When they printed the list, they selected more than 12. If you see that thing, that chart I sent now, it was 18 in total they selected.
I see.
So they might increase it too.
Yeah.
Based on this thing. So everybody should just give it their best,
Give it your
because
best. That's
this
it.
year there will be a lot of people applying to Korea. Now that Trump is doing what he likes in the USA, people are trying to turn to
Exactly.
countries like
Finding
non-speaking English
alternatives.
countries. So, and GKS is getting popular now. Even if I'm going to apply now, let's say I'll be very scared.
Yeah.
So give it your best, give it everything you are, even anything you have. Maybe it's just one certificate of award from one place. Put it.
Yeah.
If you do Coursera course, put it. Udemy, put it. If you take Coursera course, Korean language, just put everything that can sell you. If you write a paper, even if it is published in those small journals, put it.
Definitely.
Just tell yourself better in the SOP and put everything that can give you upper hand. If you have money that you can write an English test, write it. You get more points, because it's not going to be easy. I'll not lie to you. So
Yeah.
because they're getting a lot of people this year.
Yeah.
Are going to get a lot this year. So you just have to give it everything you have, and you pray and you start looking for second option, like Noel has said. So if you look for a second, like if you get the GKS this thing, send the application, start mailing professors too, so professor funding. So that way you apply to that one second. So if you get both, you pick one. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And if you get one, you just go for that one.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, that's so solid. So solid. So all these are advice and everything. Please take note of them. If not, something you're raising up your hand.
Can I go ahead now? Good
Yeah,
morning.
please. Yeah. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I've been on this session for like 2 hours now. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Okay. So my question is a bit personal. I'm a civil engineer, and I've been looking at schools outside the US. Initially, I've been working in USA schools. I think I told Engineer Samuel about that last time. So after this whole
You are a civil engineer. Okay.
yes, I am. I am Professor Abidemi. Yes, I am.
What is your area of specialization, please? Like, what do you
Okay.
do concrete?
Yeah. I do concrete, but actually for research purposes, I'm more of a transportation engineer. But currently, I work at the oil and gas consulting firm, so I do more of their structural concrete.
You be rich man. Now, what can you find? Why you won't go out?
No. I just started, though. Calm down, Professor. Calm down, sir.
Something. If I may ask,
Leave school, do your work now. Wetin you dey find for here?
Well, if you are interested in my lab, no worry. Just send me your this thing, so I go fit follow my professor talk.
yeah.
Because you already told me that if you recruit somebody for GKS before, but I was not interested. But now, like, you're in civil engineering,
Yeah, please help me out.
you can't get senior man's son name again.
Oga, are they your GM already? My Oga? But
So,
anyway,
just
can I
send
stick
me
ahead
my-
with my question?
So we will
Life
see how
also-
go
life
run.
also
We
goes hard
will
now.
try our best.
That's how it is.
Yeah, and it's
Alright,
a
boss.
pity that
Thank you very much.
the US, there's lots of visa issues in the US now. we are still looking for people who would join some of the teams here as well in transportation engineering. Now, I did not know you were in transportation engineering. Are you sure we're not some twins or something? So anyway,
I mean, Samuel, I'm in transportation engineering.
you're in no, you know you're a business person now.
No, you forget I studied civil engineering too. I did civil engineering.
You
don't
in your undergraduate, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I remember that.
What are you now doing now?
I'm doing development policy with focus on urban transportation design.
Okay. Still.
You can see what I did. That's what I did. I did electric vehicle assessment, EV assessment and transportation. Now the policy, not the calculation,
I see.
because the school I went to is a policy school. Where they laugh now, look at it.
That's interesting. That's it. Samson, I have a question for you. Do you have your master's degree yet, or only your bachelor's degree?
I've not gotten my certificate yet, but I'm done with everything. So it's just certification.
You're done with masters?
University of Benin. Yes, University of Benin can be very great.
But you have your bachelor's, right?
Yes, my bachelor's is here, but I've not gotten my master's certification yet. But I'm done.
So are you willing to apply for a master's or PhD?
No, according to the guidelines, I can't apply for PhD without my master's certification. So I'm going for master's.
Okay, Samson, I don't know if you've asked your questions yet. I think we kind of diverted, but
no, I haven't.
Okay, so but just for the record, if the whole visa thing in the US gets a little relaxed, just remind me, okay? You already have your master's and you have your bachelor's degree and you're in transportation engineering. So, Bashiru, we also try to find some opportunities for you in Korea. If the visa application thing gets relaxed,
you're in our field. Most of us suffer.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, please ask your questions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So while I was doing a bit of research for the schools in Korea, I saw Seoul and some other Korean Institute of Science and Tech, something like that. But in the application guideline, I saw only Kookmin University for civil engineering. So I don't know if that is like a change, because I reached out to some people before now, and they mentioned that usually you can apply to other schools aside Kookmin University. But for 2026, it only states that you can apply to only Kookmin University if you are going for civil engineering.
No. So now, I think what you looked at is the research R&D part. Maybe not the. So to see the full list of the courses, you might need to go to some other documents like the university information. So there are other zip files that contains the university information, and for each university you can see the full list of their courses which they take. I don't know if that's
okay, because I personally went to each of the universities and I saw that they offer civil engineering. So I was now surprised that I was only seeing.
So what I would do
you can apply for any course for GKS.
Yeah. So what I would do now is I will forward the Google Drive. So there's a drive that contains all the university information and everything. I think after you joined, I only sent the application guidelines. So I think that's why you did not see the full course. So if you click on this Google Drive, you can see the university information zip folder. So download that and extract the files, and you will see each university and all the full list of courses which you can apply to, and the majors, minors.
Yeah, Professor Samuel.
So if the first round of selection, if you see you did not meet up with that, if your name does not come out from those, you can quickly apply to a university that has not closed yet. So yeah, definitely, please read the guidelines, it's inside. Then is it possible for someone to move with their family after a year in Korea? Abidemi, please, what's your experience with that? Is it possible for someone to move?
So when it comes to family issue, if you are coming for a GKS, your first year you have a D4 visa. So that's your language school. So that year you cannot move your family. So when you change your visa to D2, which is your second year, when you start your master's or maybe your PhD, so then you have to spend 6 months. In Korea, you have to spend 6 months before you can invite your document. Let's say you come for a master's or you come for a PhD direct, you don't have a language school this thing. So you spend 6 months. Then after 6 months, you can invite your family on F3 visa. So you can invite them dependent visa for F3 visa. So you just have to show some documents, show some money. Your professor has to write some letters, and you package everything. You can find the requirement on the embassy website, Korean embassy website. So you just submit it. Then, luckily for you, if you get it, then if you get rejected, you have to apply again. So, and you can also try other ways. If your wife or your spouse is educated, you can say, okay, let's apply for this thing. Look for a professor. So, and
If your
you can
wife's a
also
scholar,
invite a wife.
it's a scholar like
You can also invite a wife for short stay, and so you can just explore different types of. But if you come with your first year, if you are with a D4 visa for the language school, you cannot do anything until you transition to your main visa, which is your master's or PhD visa, which is D2. So then you can invite somebody.
Yeah. So if you're a family of scholar like his son, by all means.
Bro,
Yeah, yeah.
God
I mean,
bless you.
definitely, honestly, let them know this so that they can. If everybody follows your footstep, I'm telling you, the world will place. He is on scholarship in Korea. His wife is on scholarship as well. So, like, life is.
You know, the person where they get scholarship now bigger than me.
Levels.
So yeah, somebody asked a question. They said, "Please, I'm a
I beg
surveyor."
my wife to beg. May God help us. We don't get money now.
Now scholar house now. Your picking go to Sabi book. Eh?
Boss, no be so. No be so. They share up, but they pray to God.
Yeah. So he said, please, I'm a surveyor and I'll be writing my professional exams to become a registered surveyor in the next year, in Nigeria next year. If you not get any tips for or guidance for me, please let me know. Thanks. So he's going to get his certifications as a registered surveyor. Yeah, I mean that's a good one. That would definitely help if you know want to go to another school. That's a very relevant certificate you'll be getting. So yeah,
I
if you
think
guys have
I
any
think
tips.
you don't need it doesn't need the certifications to apply for scholarship.
Of course.
Since he's a surveyor, I think you should start looking at courses that has a lot to do with GIS, geospatial,
Mhm. Yeah.
spatial analysis and the likes. Korea
Urban
has
something, environmental.
urban development, because I worked on a project of smart city. I told you I was doing urban transportation. So
Mhm.
there is a part of urban transportation that has to do with smart city, grid mapping and the likes. That's his core area of strength.
I see.
And one of the schools that do that a lot is Busan National University
Busan
in
National.
Busan. The schools in Busan do a lot of safety engineering and GIS related courses. There are also institutes. That deal with disaster management and the likes that do some of the courses they do.
Yeah, my school
So
has
you should,
disaster management engineering district.
Yeah, I'm same with my school.
exactly. There's a part of
That's
surveying that options.
That is what this lady is doing,
yeah,
Samuel.
Deborah. Yeah, that's what she does.
Yeah, Deborah, yeah, that's what she's doing.
Their department were in charge of teaching us all this GIS thing that Noel is talking about. So that's great. That's very solid advice, actually. I
And
think
the basic thing I will tell you is don't check. Maybe you are saying you are checking this thing, because all those courses sometimes you might find them under civil engineering. Just check those professors, check what they are doing. That is how you can really find them. So because in KIT, I told you before when I got that man for GKS, I said I should apply for GKS. His area was more of like GIS testing. That's why I didn't go for it. So, and in some schools you might find them under disaster management or something. So you just have to check those professors in depth.
Should I
The name of my school is Kangwon National University.
Okay, so I will.
You can just type it in the inbox.
Is it K or
There's
G?
one more
Now
thing.
sometimes it's K, right? Sometimes
KANG.
It's K.
KANGWON.
Okay.
So one more thing, there's one secret that I discovered last 2 weeks. Let me share it here.
Yeah.
A lot of professors publish papers in Korean and some of them in English, right? And some of their papers that they publish in English don't do well on, the index review, especially some of those popular papers that they publish. So, for example, if you go to the professor and check on Google Scholar or on the site where you publish the paper, and just download the paper and attach to the code that you're about to send to him, that he read his paper,
Right.
that he worked on, it is hard in effort. That's an automatic way of getting it.
I see.
Because it feels like if you can take the effort of going to search for his paper, even as an English speaking person when he's a Korean, because they just want to see that they are also relevant
Yeah.
and the work they do are important.
That's-
Because of language barriers, there is this
Actually, it's
subconscious
enough to do
inferiority
that.
complex. God bless you, my brother, for supporting. If you just do that thing, attach your CV, attach his paper. As he's just opening up the attachment, he sees his paper as one of the things you downloaded, not transfer it to ChatGPT to summarize. He took the effort to do that. He's already interested in you
Yeah.
because most of them they give us papers to go and read and make presentations. I did that a lot. You understand? Even in policy. So sometimes when I download the paper, I don't read every part. I look for the part that concerns me. Because when you want here say what they do.
Exactly.
You understand? So it's important that I make that point because at the end of the day, you define who you are when you get in, not when you are still looking for what you are looking for.
Definitely.
You understand? So, and lastly, there are other scholarships before beyond GPS that you can look out for. For example, there's a scholarship for people who are in sports management and sports development currently on in Seoul National University. It has nothing to do with GKS. It has nothing to do with that. The scholarship is an internal scholarship. So I'm sure we'll be talking about engineering and stuff. What of us who came in, worked as sports presenters, we looked at those aspects. There's also something for you in that aspect. You don't need to go, everybody must not be a surveyor and engineer. If you do that part, you can even work on facility management, event management. There's
They're
always
applying
there's something for
the
you.
AI this thing to that sports now. Or like there's a research in my school
Exactly.
because my
There's
school has sports department.
exactly.
So one guy is working on AI something related to sports something. So
Is that so?
everything is
It doesn't
popping
have
up.
to be engineering. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
chemistry like Sophia. We don't the mix chemical for lab. It doesn't have to be Olumide. We want wire house like like
Warehouse.
Opurum.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone,
Yeah. There's
especially when it has. These professors get funding. Their R&D na die.
Yeah.
If only it might not mean so much, but Korea is one of the topmost countries who are experiencing or implementing soft power in academics right now. They
Definitely.
want to be relevant, you understand? Because they feel like if China is ranking as the best right now in terms of publication output, they too can do it.
Yeah.
So whatever it takes, they have it. And Dr. Abidemi can bear me witness say the stress they, but money is not one of their problem unless it is stingy. You understand?
Yeah.
Like for me now, they find another scholarship to do. I don't finish the first one. School no dey tire person. But maybe that because a US blog border. But just to drop the mic right now,
Now only in school know the tire.
just search like say you don't know what you define.
Yeah.
So that your options will be so generalized and you get everything you want. If you need anything regarding any stuff, Dr. Abidemi is the man to meet.
Yeah.
And he will help you out.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. No, thank you really so much. You gave a lot of advice, and guys, please pass. That's a very solid trick. They're attaching their papers, and even I was telling somebody yesterday. She said she's been sending messages to professors, and they're not responding. And I gave her some kind of maybe let's try something new. Maybe you can. I imagine myself. I'm a PhD student here. If somebody sends a message to me that he's been reading a paper I recently published, my professor is also part of the paper, right? And he CC'd my professor, attached my professor to the email and tells me, I've been reading this paper, I have these questions and stuff. I'm obligated to respond to that email because my professor is there, is watching, right? He's watching if I know what I published, right? He's watching if I'm ready to answer questions on it. from there you can. And my professor, we talk a lot. If you are opportunity to find a kind of good professor like that, he would ask you, "Oh, I see you talking to some stranger about our paper. It seems we are making good contribution." As Noel said, people want to be seen. People want they are happy when they see that others are reading their works. That's the only gain we get as our researchers. So when you attach their papers, when you tell them you are reading their works and they actually see proof that you are doing that, then they are happy to respond to you. So that's a very solid advice. Thank you, Noel. Thank you so much. So as far as the document is concerned, I think we covered. These are just the money you'll be getting. We covered the important part, contact information. So again, you can see the table that converts your grade to percentage, and these are contact informations of embassies and all, and they have this FAQ. So if you want, it's not even if you want, you should actually read through this document in more detail. Okay, in more detail. So thank you so much. Now I have maybe few questions. Let me see. Oh yeah, I would ask this because I get asked this question a lot. You guys in Korea, what do you think about the integration as somebody coming from Nigeria to Korea, racism and all those kind of things, the cultural shock? Did you experience any kind of issues while you were there?
Okay, I think from my own experience, there's nothing negative so far. Yeah, but there'll definitely be one or two cultural shock. That's very interesting, especially the language. The environment is quite different. It's developed, but it's not bubbly like Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody is always on their phone, so you don't talk to strangers. They don't talk to you. So even if you see a Korean walk up to you and start conversation, you have to be suspicious. They might try to invite you to some gathering or some church like that.
Oh, you have the experience too. I think everybody has that at least once, or at least one time, right? You have to have that church in court experience. You might be joining some cults. Hey, I don't know, but anyway. Yeah, so thank you. No, saying something.
I've always wanted to go to those churches to see what they define as the cult. Low key. Low key. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
But I think for me it's totally relatable because I didn't learn Korea. My course was just 3. Some Olumide and Sophia went through language school because I think we got into Korea almost the same time. But I went straight to school because my school is 95% English. The other 5% is for the compulsory Korean class where you say you go pass them no matter, and I just to learn the letters, and we didn't do topic like you guys, which also has its own disadvantage if you ask me, because if you're planning to stay in Korea long term, that opportunity would have been an opportunity for you to come up to speed with the language and stuff like that. And speaking about racism, I don't think I've experienced any. If you touch me for yourself, if I ever see Korean people, I can't even marry myself. I don't promise anybody married for a house. But
this guy.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it's also okay that you think outside the box too. It's not bad. that babe where you did, she buy you something for Valentine today.
This guy. Okay.
Like the disadvantage of us not learning the Korean, because we're in the same shoe. There are all other opportunities. There are free Korean language courses. King Sejong something.
Yeah. I'm taking one right now. I'm taking the KITP.
Yeah,
yes, I'm currently enrolled in the KITP.
So you say don't after you take an additional level, go right to peak. You don't become chairman like that.
You get the point now. I'm just saying initially. And one more thing, they are really amazing. They are very hospitable. Whether you're a Christian
let me tell you guys one thing that is a disadvantage of GKS, and many people do not know, is that GKS, your salary is fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For professor funding, your salary is not fixed. Your professor can increase your salary at any time. Even master students some master students in some lab, they get more money than GKS students. GKS gets,
definitely.
if you start your this, you get 1.3. Some master students get 2 million.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So
That's
you get
the
2 million. And some people will just be rushing to GKS. So you have to just check very well.
Yeah.
So if you can work very well, your professor will like, it gives you more money, it gives you other stipends.
Yeah.
If you go for conferences, you get money. So sometimes in the money aspect, the professor funding is better than the GKS.
In my own
So
case.
but the GKS students, they are children of the government.
Yeah, in my own case.
There's no advantage being a child of the government, because funny enough, their eye will be on your body like Koika people. It's
That's
even
true.
better safe that you are independent. On a
That's
serious note, because
that's
I
true.
think I had a policy that they want going forward for GKS to return to their home country. Before
Oh, really?
2029, they might even implement. I heard somebody
You
saying
They're
know,
not
something
implement
about it.
they've been saying that. I mean, every country says that
That
officially.
one too has a way out because the Koika too is done like that. If you finish Koika, you go back to your country. But the guys just apply for PhD before they leave. They apply for
Exactly.
PhD already. So when they get to Nigeria, they apply for visa again. They are back. You
Yes.
don't go, you don't come.
Yes.
So that one is
But
still. And
the
now
person you be here say you no go.
Korea is opening up. People don't
yes.
know. Korea is opening up. They are relaxing their visa. This thing. If you are a graduate, you can apply for K-Star. You can get citizenship easily. That is F5,
Wow.
permanent residency, which is the same thing like PR in the USA. So you can even apply for citizenship as a foreigner, but I think you might have to renounce your country of origin. But I'm not interested in that. So you can get, and there are jobs too in Korea if you are in AI area. So you can get jobs
Yes,
where
yes, yes.
you does not have to speak a lot of Korean. You just have to learn survival Korean. Your
Exactly.
work is with your coding and your stuff. So, and if you are the likes that like book, we have a lot of research professors in Korea. We have a
Exactly.
lot of postdoctoral people in Korea. There are jobs, so you can just sit down, you write your paper, you get your salary, and
Yeah.
you live
Yeah.
your life.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Dr. Disney,
Prince
I
will.
would like me you mentor me too, I beg. Be like say you get
And me
more
say the prime
information than
mentor, you
I
go
have.
be say they give us all this OT.
Okay,
And the
guys.
thing say make I come be student under you.
Yes, but you get what I just remember now. Make I talk am
Okay.
before
Okay.
we forget. There are some conferences
Hmm.
even beyond GKS, like KAIS to get conference currently on. So even if you no one apply for the GKS, the one thing that make you come in here show say you can do something.
Mhm.
They will collect you immediately. So don't always wait for there's this KAIS internship that is for like 12 weeks. You can look it up on the internet. Is that KAIS? If you are into STEM, it's easier for you to get all those programs. And finally, there are a lot of YouTubes online currently that you can be learning your Korean. If your professor no respond to your mail in English, use Google translate
Yeah.
them.
Same.
Start the test with
Definitely.
mail with Anya Seo. You will look am. It might not be so constructed because
This
Google
guy don't start
translation
the
is not
Korean
complete. But
finish.
if you
Yeah,
go
in that
wait,
case, ChatGPT translation is best. It's very
okay,
better than Google
yeah,
Translator. Just use
just
ChatGPT and tell the when you are changing, tell it to be respectful. Finish. It will type a very good
exactly.
thing for you.
That's a
So
very
you
good
don't
point.
want to
That's a
send
very good
a
point.
bad this thing to them.
Without them. Because
Because they are
they are
very
very
keen
high
about
on high on
respect.
respect. Yeah, respect.
Yeah.
So
That's a
Sunday
very good point.
suddenly, so Sunday and suddenly will be the same thing.
Yeah.
You
So
understand?
yeah, again, as they said, there are many tools to be a barrier for you. Now, Prince Will and Fisayo are asking how to convert. I skipped it because I thought it's not that we talked about it already and it's right here. But Prince Will is asking about 4.02. It's right here and it's actually self-explanatory, but I'll just go through it. So they have this 4.0 scale, 4.3, 4.5, 5.0. So you're asking 4.02, so you just trace it down here. 4.02 is somewhere here, so that's 87%, right? And then 3.33 is somewhere here, so that's 80%. So yeah, you good. So both of
That
these
is if the result is over 5. But if it's over 4.5, you have to
yeah,
look
I
at
think he
the.
said 5, right? He said out of 5. Yeah, on a 5.0 scale. So yeah, just use that
Okay.
table in on page 34 of the guideline.
You can also use ChatGPT. I'm not a fan of
This
saying you should
AI
use it
guy.
for everything, but in
Yeah,
situations like this, it's best you can just use even Cloudy, tell
yeah,
it
yeah. The
your
code.
CGPA scale and upload just your grades, not your full results,
Right.
and it will automatically convert it for you. Then you can go on iScholar, I think it's Scholarly or West Evaluation website and look at
Yeah,
all these
yeah,
things. You
yeah.
can even print it out and have it handy
No,
because it
the
calculates it
West. I
automatically
think
for
the
you.
West evaluation system is different from the this one.
They have something
It's actually
about
different
West here
from,
actually. If you
because
check
West
here,
is the this thing and it's over 4. I did West. I have a West this thing. So when I did my West, my GP increased compared to the Nigerian this thing and it's over 4. So I did West for my bachelor's. I did West for my master's in Korea too. So already my master's in Korea was 4.5 over 4.5. So there's nothing to convert really. So
right?
it's just 4 over 4. So but my bachelor's in Nigeria, the result increased compared to over this thing. So basically this is the GKS grading system. Check your result. There is self-explanatory. If you don't understand it, screenshot the page, put it to ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT your results. It will tell you your equivalent
Yeah.
this thing.
I mean,
When
for
self-analysis, you don't have
Nigeria,
to check anything.
yeah, for Nigeria, as far as I know, it's do we use any other scale apart from 4, 5, maybe 7 in some
Four,
schools?
5.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
Yes,
5,
University of Ibadan uses 7, I
7,
think.
right?
UI.
Apart from UI,
Yeah.
I don't. But anyway, they have all this. If the GPA is not indicated in the above scale, that is 4, this, submit a transcript converted into one of the above. So a converted
I'm not gonna
transcript,
lie. I'm not gonna lie. People who
yeah,
are applying for these scholarships now have it easier than we had it. You
yeah,
understand?
definitely,
Like I know the time Dr. Abidemi, the time you guys applied, we never really we were not so informed as we were
yeah,
now.
yeah,
So, but the caveat is that as much as the information is available, we have more people applying.
yeah,
So we have to stand out. You understand? So just be proactive. Any question at all, if you just post them for the WhatsApp group page, post it anywhere, there will always be somebody to answer you.
exactly.
Maybe experience questions and the like. The only thing that can happen to you is when you decide not to do anything and wait for the dying minutes to submit a half-baked application. No matter how it is, you will not get the best out of it. So just be doing it one after the other. Your your CV is not smooth. Start straightening it. Add like Dr. Abidemi said, even that family meeting where you do we get certificate. It's important. It's a leadership
Just
skill.
put every
Being a captain, being a captain of a football team is a leadership skill
yeah,
because it means that you can handle it. I mean,
definitely.
people are downplaying where they've led because they think it's not good enough.
Yeah,
Not the one yourself, you're good enough, and because the Nigerian the best with them. I think most of you guys who are in the top schools can attest to the fact that we can compete on any level,
yeah, definitely,
irrespective of the university you went to in Nigeria
definitely.
because they have this easy and a good class conditions and the like. So I think I want us to have the best number here. So I can see competition come with one person. I beg.
Yeah, definitely.
This is my
Thank you.
last
That is
comment.
one
Thank
thing.
you.
That guy that said he's in the 300 level. That is why the guy should be better. He should be a best version of everybody here.
Actually, yeah,
Because
definitely.
even me too, I got into scholarship stuffs in 300 level. Somebody just added me to one China group. He created it. He made it to China from Nigeria. I know the guy. So he just created the group. Then I just joined. I was in 300 level. I was just seeing the trend. I was not applying. I was learning.
Yeah,
I was learning. And when my time came, I was
you
doing my
already knew
NYC. I got
everything.
my transcript, got my certificate, got everything.
Yeah,
Start applying. So you see, some people they are finishing their NYC. Some people don't even finish NYC, and they just go
they just
because they don't they learn. So that is why that guy should start learning.
yeah,
Should prepare documents, prepare some money. You need money. Some of my this ITF fund that we used to get if you do your industrial training.
yeah,
That was the money I used for my international passport. I don't get money. As they give me 15K, I also do 15K join and I do my first passport 30K. Now the
Yeah,
passport
that's
I
the
use
way.
come Korea.
That's the way.
So
That's the way.
all those things, you have to just start making those opportunity counts. Once you see money, you say, okay, this one can fit into this one, do it.
Yeah.
So that's how to just prepare for the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you everyone for this solid inputs. I think we covered everything I can think of. I think we covered the ground. Do you guys have any final?
No,
If you guys
one
don't have
last thing.
questions,
Yes, one last
yeah.
thing.
If you guys
Baba,
have any
pray, oh,
final advice,
pray, pray,
yeah.
pray, pray. If you Muslim, pray. If you be Christian, pray. Just pray, because whenever you want something that makes you better, I'm not trying to say forces, but there's always going to be challenges. But that prayer is you go.
Yeah,
You understand? So that's good for you to pray, guy.
definitely.
People
Yeah,
downplay it. I'm sorry, I don't downplay it in my end. Just whatever you believe in, just pray to it.
definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sophia Olumide, Bashiru. Do you guys have any
Okay,
final word for the applicants?
okay, sir. Um, I'll just say that in as much as like we've created these things and we spoke about all the important things, I'd love to give one advice. Don't know I have said prayer, which is very important. I'd also like to suggest that we actually put all of these things to practice. You know, the Bible says that it's better faith without work is dead, right? We should put all of this advice to practice. I don't know how many of us who had pen and paper while we were talking and wrote out all the things that were being said here as well. So it's important that we put everything to practice. Be very intentional about everything you're doing, and I pray that the Lord will help all of us to
Thank you so much.
achieve everything that we want to.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Emmanuel? No.
I've already said what I have to say.
Oh, you raised up your hand.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
Action
Okay,
speaks better. Yeah.
let me say my own final this
Yeah,
thing.
please. Yeah.
To everybody that is here, if you apply and you didn't do, or like you made a mistake or you didn't do everything we say here, and you didn't write down, like Sophia said, you did not learn anything, it means you've wasted all our effort, like 7 people's effort to come to this place and talk. And that means you've wasted my time, my energy. So if you are not putting in a good application, you've wasted our efforts. That's just the meaning. So
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe someone recorded this
Yeah,
thing, you share the group, you can
Yeah.
go over it again
Yeah.
to learn more. But if at the end you see now make mistake, you didn't ask question, you didn't about
Yeah.
how to feel something, you did something wrong that we've
Yeah.
said, then you've wasted our efforts.
Yeah,
Purely.
guys, this is literally the only time I have to rest and I'm awake. It's almost 3 a.m. now. So yeah, don't waste our efforts, okay? So now I want to we mentioned this before, but if you applied last year, I know about 2 people who applied last year from the group, or 3, and did not get the application, unfortunately. Or I did not get the scholarship, unfortunately. Your notarized documents have not expired. So if you made a notarized copy the last time, you can still use it as long as it's not up to 2 years. So which means the previous year might also still be valid as well. So it's written in the guideline. If it's not up to 2 years, you can still reuse those documents. So yeah, and final words. We've said a lot of things, and as Noel said, please don't limit yourself to GKS. There are so many new schools in Korea, so many new opportunities, new scholarships and funds. So apply to all of them. Send cold emails to professors, and I wish you all best of luck. Did Olumide say anything yet? It's final. If there's anything, please.
All has been said. Yeah, just put everything to practice and commit everything in the hands of God. Yeah, and also as they've said it, just to emphasize again, I don't want, always feel free to meet up with anybody or contact anybody when you feel confused about anything. Yeah, just don't do guesswork. You have to be deliberate, because as it has been said, this year's application is like, it will be very competitive because the Western countries are strict on their visas now, closing their borders. So a lot of people are applying for this GKS now. Like the applicants will be very much. So don't leave anything to chance. So if you are confused, even has been said and done here, and you are still confused about anything, feel free to send message on the group and let people at least contribute. So that's just
Yeah.
best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, I will. I recorded this session and I will. I will compile everything together. And by tomorrow, I
Do
will
not
put
forget
it.
to arrange your documents properly.
Yeah.
Targets. There's this thing targets from 1, from 2. Like that's how they want it to be arranged.
Yeah.
Arrange it properly and put it in the envelope. Put everything you have to put and send.
Yeah. So again, go through the guidelines again and again. Ask questions at any time. The good thing is we are all in
Please,
different time
I
zones.
remembered something. Let me say this
Yeah,
before.
please.
I just sorry.
That's fine. That's
For somewhere, remember the last time we did this application thing
fine.
that I sent my document to you because I wanted to apply to more than one school, right?
Right.
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
also
yeah.
an advantage for the guys because once you do the DHLing, instead of doing another DHLing when they need your documents, it's
Yeah.
wrong. So you can just send your document to any of us who are here in Korea,
Exactly.
and we can help you send it to the school directly.
Yeah.
It's just going to use K-Post and send it for you.
Yeah.
For you, so you can always photocopy those your documents and send to another school. Because imagine if you don't get one and another school asks you for your document again, you have to pay another DHL money that is running into hundreds of thousands. But if you do 2 copies and keep 1 copy here in Korea, whenever they need your document for another review, it can always be sent. I don't know if that makes sense or you
That
understand
makes
what
sense.
I'm trying to say.
That makes sense. That makes
It does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So you see, these guys are ready to help you guys. So please, feel free. Feel free. Sophia has something to say, right? Sophia, you raised up your hand, did you?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I was going to ask Emmanuel about what he said. So I was going to say that how about the recommendation letter? Because I remember chatting Emmanuel, asking him about this same thing. Like, how do they send? Because the recommendation letter has to be signed, right, on top, like the envelope on for the professor. So I don't know how that is possible.
Well, so I think it's not talking about the GKS.
I think that is where your proactive nature comes in. If you print a recommendation letter on a Concord paper, right, and you need it to send to another school, what they need to do is that they print the main letter and not include the address.
Okay.
You can print on an existing document. All of us are computer literate now. If you want to do that, you can just automatically add the letter. If you want to say you want to send to 3 or 4 more schools, go to those schools with those envelopes and ask the professor to sign on them, stamp on them, and not seal them. So if you want to send to another school, what I just need to do is stamp the address on the existing recommendation letter that has been signed, put it on that paper, then use a photocopy to test run it. And I'm sure it's okay. Just do that space on the letter you can type it. I'm just giving you some notes on how these things work. Then I just print out and put it in the envelope for you and send it. Let's be proactive. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think your line was cracking at some point. Maybe you could just explain to us or the group or something. I think your line was cracking.
It's cracked at some point.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but then it's breaking. I don't know why.
I guess it's just I'll just make a voice note and send it, but I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say.
In back when I was applying like a crazy person, I was applying to so many schools and I did not have to go back to my professor over and over again because my recommendation letters was so good, but they did not mention any specific university in the body of the document. So if you are going to, not GKS now, but if you're going to be using, if you're going to be applying to several universities, you might be creative in how you write it, the recommendation letter, so that it does not mention a specific school in the body.
Exactly.
So yeah, you can always repeat those I use the same recommendation letters for a lot of schools, tens of schools. So yeah, and they accepted me in many of them, just funding Adiwala. So anyway, yeah, those are good. Mr. Emmanuel, can you send? Yeah, Emmanuel, actually, I've been having problems. I've been having to like move closer to the screen. So if you could please drop a voice note on the group, that would be so much appreciated. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that
Okay.
in the group once I get home.
Okay. So I will send the recordings of this session to the group. I will upload it on YouTube and I will send it to the group by tomorrow. So thank you guys. You guys waited for almost 3 hours. That's a lot of time to take from you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Abidemi, thank you, Emmanuel, Sophia, Olumide, and everybody else on this group. I appreciate your patience and everything, contribution. So I wish you guys best of luck. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. So the next time we meet, I'll be inviting you guys as GKS experts and GKS recipients to advise the other people who might be joining for next year. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great day and great night.